Welcome in, guys. I'm probably getting coffee. I will be right with you. Gives everybody time to get in here and start chatting and for everybody to get the notifications. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. Today is an extra stream. I just felt like hanging out with you guys. I have no idea what we'll do today, but I'm sure we'll do something. Thank you guys again for coming. If you could take this time to share out the stream, I'd really appreciate it. And I'll be with you shortly.
Yay! Happy New Year! Oh, hello. How are you all today? Um, I'm sorry if you hear my fan because yeah, it got really hot. Ghost box, do you like the spirit box? I apologize. I my hair was all fixed. I had my big glasses. I looked beautiful today. Not saying much, but it was so hot when I came home. I was soaked. My hair was drenched, and that's why it's up in the sun now. And it doesn't look as pretty as it did. But we're here. Mary is here somewhere. She was on mute, so I don't know if maybe she's trying to put it on her channel too. So we're just waiting for her, but she's here. Yes. Did you get a chance to see the story that you So Friday night we do campfire story, guys, if you don't know. So we have some really great stories. If you haven't been watching Friday night, go check it out. Um so if you're a member, I just finished next Friday's, and it is a story plot that was given to us by Fancy. And so yeah, I just finished it. Did you get a chance to watch it? I did put it up there for members. I did put it up there for the members. It's next week's though, but this week's was really good too. Mhm. Hi, Brandon. How are you? Happy solace to you too. I can't say that word, so we're just gonna say happy witchy summer harvest. Hi, Kelly. Um,
It's solstice.
thank you. See, there you are, Mary. I was wondering. I'm like, is
Oh,
she
why is my
setting
circle
up?
not up there? Why am I
Huh?
not up there? Why am I not up there with you?
Because the with the you need to have your camera on. Unfortunately, I
Need to have
think
what?
you need to have your camera on. Unfortunately, the free one. So, guys, what they did with StreamYards was they put in
Because you
all
went on
these.
yours, didn't you?
Yeah, one of mine.
Well, what if I put a picture up there? Can you do that?
It still doesn't
Like
show unless you have
something
your camera on.
like
I
you
don't
do
think
D
so.
Live. See, D Live, you put something over your camera and you can put a picture up or whatever your background, whatever your background is. And your camera it won't show, it just show the picture.
Oh, if your camera's on and you're facing a wall, yeah, it's going to show the wall and you're going to be up there. Or put it towards a picture,
No,
but the
that's not what I'm
camera
talking
has to
about.
be.
Like, let's see where the camera.
Hi, tired.
I think that's it.
Hi to
I gotta hope
you.
it is. Get my thumbs
Yeah,
over it.
there you are. Yeah, just put a sock over it.
See
Yeah.
me and you don't. See me and you don't.
uh, yeah. So yeah, unfortunate. Well, she
I
disappeared again.
well, I put something over it. Let me look here.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
La da da da. Let me think of what I got to put over it.
Girl, a little piece of masking tape.
Well, no, it's gonna take more than that. Masking tape.
Blue masking tape. You don't think that would work? Uh, yeah, because
It's just
so
not
what
work.
they did with yards was they decided that they were going to add all these fun features instead of it being $14.99 a month. They decided that it was going to be $35 a month. Okay, and hey Robert, how are
Well,
you?
I'll pay mine. I mean, but we
Yeah.
could have won mine and it would have still worked.
Um.
It was still working the other way.
Yeah. No. They. I figured though, instead of using because you only get a certain amount of hours each time you go on. Hi,
Right.
Eli.
I'm paying it before Tuesday night, so
Without paying, so I didn't want to use all your time. So I said, well, I'll go on mine this time, and
oh, it
then
wouldn't have bothered me. We could have
hi,
used all the
Maria.
free time.
So I
It
didn't
wouldn't have
know.
bothered me a
No,
bit.
I didn't know. So I was like,
I
I'll
need
just do
something
it
small
on.
to put on here. What do you think?
Anyway, $35.99 a month is horrific. And then they go, we have a special offer for
Well,
you. I
they
go, oh,
lowered it because
is it better
I
than
mean,
35.99, right?
people got to
Eighty
be
nine
griping.
ninety nine a month, and I'm like, for the fuck,
Well,
what?
people got to be
What are
griping
we
about it. I
doing?
mean,
Eighty
it
nine ninety
went.
nine a month. You
Well,
better
it
be
went
sending
from
me some
20.
gold in the mail for 89. I don't know what the hell.
Well, it went from
Kind
25 a month. It literally went from 25 a month to 45 a month.
they're having a special now. You can get thirty five
I
ninety
seen
nine a
that,
month.
and so
Yeah.
they lowered it, and I'm like, how many people they have griped about that? That's the deal with that.
Everybody's gonna drop it. Nobody's gonna pay. Nobody's gonna pay. It was 44.99 a month when it went from 25 to 44.99. I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Well, I'll do it. I'll pay it, and we can both use it because I got to have something to do, and
Yeah.
it's my
Uh,
it's
well,
my
there's
way of
Zoom,
doing stuff.
but
Let's see if this works.
I can't. I can't. I can't.
I got it
I
over
can't
here.
figure out how to use it, and it's very. I don't like Zoom. The Zoom is the only other one that I can find that will actually let you stream on YouTube. Other than that, I don't know. I tried all those other ones; it wouldn't let me stream to YouTube. So I was like, whatever. We're gonna stick with this. We'll use some free time. We'll use some. I don't know.
All right.
We'll share.
Let me
We'll
say
do
hi to
whatever.
everybody here. Uh, Hi, Fancy. Hi, Nina. Hi, Maria. Hi, Eli. Hang on, I got to see the chat. Hi, Robert. Let's see who else is in here. Get my phone up here.
Oh, Maria, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. I had another friend who had a crazy premonition, and yeah. See,
What now?
everybody has problems, right? And when you can talk to spirits, a lot of people want to ask you questions. So I
Right.
had a lot of different things going on. I had two people that had weird premonitions who started asking me questions. I had some other stuff going on too, and then I had to go to do a return, and which didn't get done because UPS said their printer didn't work, so they couldn't print out the label. tomorrow. Anyway, so
Well,
now that means I'm gonna have to walk again all the way to UPS tomorrow. That's how it goes.
yeah, Fancy, there is. I mean, you can use what Boomer uses. Um,
Hey,
there's a few
Boomer.
of them that you can use actually. Hi, Boomer.
Yeah,
Um, hi, Chimera. Am I saying that right, Chimera? That's how I've been saying it. Hi,
I haven't
Marie.
called her tired, so.
Hi, Diane. Hi, Kelly.
Oh, you like my necklace?
Hi,
I
Brandon.
didn't make it. I got it from the thrift store because there's like real pearls and stuff in there. Um, and it was only a few dollars from the thrift store. I think I got it like 2 years ago at a thrift store. It probably came with a spirit, which is why I got it.
Boomer.
Really, and then when the spirits cross over, I get all the leftover stuff of theirs.
So I'm not saying it right. Right? Is that what you're trying to say?
Thank you, Nina. Yeah, it's pretty. It is. Because like I said, it has all different, like, it has like black pearl, a white pearl, and they're real pearls. It was a very pretty necklace. But like I said, usually when I go to the thrift store, I end up with stuff that it has attachments. They usually come with attachments. Um, Sometimes I go
Boomer, you.
into the thrift store, Mary, and like or there's a sewing store, which somebody asked me to see the sewing store, so I will go up see the sewing store. That's an old fashioned sewing store, so I will go up to see that and film it. But the if I go there and she has all this homemade stuff, right?
Uh,
Um, Chimera, yeah. Um, they have all these. Yes, Fancy, you were the one who asked. Okay, so um the she has
sorry,
all this
I'm
stuff
asking
from
Boomer to leave.
she has
Sorry.
all this stuff from local people, made by hand by local people, and that whole store has spirits in it because it comes from all the not only her store but all the
And
local designers, right?
Chimera, then,
So
right?
every
Am I
time I
saying
walk
it right
by
now?
there and I look in the window and I just see a whole, and normally I don't see energy, I feel it, but especially I could touch it and then I'll know if something has an attachment. But the other day I walked by that store and I just looked in there. I was like, holy shit. So I just walked into because it has a little like lobby before you go into the door. And
Well,
there was
you
a whole
know, if
bunch of
you
stuff.
feel it outside, you're really going to feel it inside. You know that, right?
uh, there was a whole bunch of stuff, hanging outside and whatever. It's like she has a little stand, like in the hall before you go in the door. So I'm standing there and I'm like, well, if any spirits want to cross over, just talk to the spirits with me. I'm sure I have one, two, or 10. But I'm not taking anything home. And I just started walking. And that's what I normally do. I just go and be like, yeah, look, because I used to bring home everything and it was A, getting expensive. B, I had no room. I was like, no. Okay, call me exhausted. Get some coffee.
Uh, I do that. Like I can be walking past a house or anything. I can feel what's there, and I know what's there. I mean, it's crazy. And in stores, hospitals, oh my god, and nursing homes, just as bad as a hospital. I don't care I don't care how sick I am. When I go in, I could be sleeping all the time at home, and whatever, because I feel so bad. But when I hit that hospital, I don't sleep
Oh,
because
I know.
it wires me. The energy there and the spirits there, it wires me so bad that I'm awake for at least 4 days.
Yeah.
Frank can tell you, I don't sleep when I get there. It literally takes me 4 days to 5 days to sleep. For I went in and come out, not slept the whole time.
Yeah. Well, it was funny because Benny's husband is very sick, so he's always in and out of the hospitals and therapy places and whatever.
I'm almost there.
So
Did Boomer ever answer me?
I don't know. So one day we were I was I was doing a live stream and the messenger called and it kind of threw off my audio and everything, and I'm like, who's calling me on Messenger during a live stream? Usually people know when I live stream. I didn't look, I just reset whatever and so
Uh
okay.
huh.
And so I looked after and it was Benny calling me. So I text her, I said, I was doing a live stream, so I didn't um I'm sorry I didn't answer. Are you around? And she texted me back and she goes, I didn't call you. Because I was actually watching your live stream was on the TV and I was doing something. She goes, I never once I wasn't on Messenger. I didn't make any calls. And I'm like, oh, I didn't think anything of it. I do a crossover, I go to sleep. 3 in the morning, my messenger rings. I kind of like woke up because I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell is calling me? What time is it? And I look over and the phone, because I had the phone on the tripod because I had a show playing before I fell asleep. And I see the messenger call, Benny, 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, well, maybe because her time is different, so it'd be like, I don't know, 12 there, midnight or something. But I can't think now to talk to anybody at 3 in the morning. I was sleeping, right? So I call her back in the morning. Hi, Janelle. And I say to her, well, what's going on? You said you didn't call me, but then you called me again at 3 in the morning. She goes, I most certainly did not. I said, well, no, it was probably like midnight for you. She goes, I never once called you on Messenger. I said, okay, well, something's going on because somebody's calling me from there. So I need you to, can you turn on your camera and let me see what the hell's going on over there? Maybe, you know. And her spirit guide kept calling me because something followed her from the hospital that wasn't nice. And the spirit guide needed help getting rid of that not nice spirit.
Uh,
So I was like, when she turned on the thing, I'm like, do you guys see anything? And then, um, one of the spirits here was like, okay, I'm going to go over there. And then they went over there and then, they took care of it, because sometimes you need one more help than just one spirit to get, the spirit guide to get rid of a bad spirit. So we had to get help and we had to get rid of that spirit. But the spirit guide was calling me on the damn phone. Okay. The spirit guide. Because she knew I would call back and be like, what the hell is going on? Eventually. Hi, Jen. Hi, Shire. So,
hi,
yeah.
Tyre. Hi, Janelle. Hi, Jen and
Um,
Eddie.
So spirits, especially if they know that you can help, like the spirit guides, all your guys' spirit guides know I can cross over people. And sometimes, like there'll be people in the chat that I don't read for that don't come on Wednesdays, and they'll be like, "Oh, so and so brought me." I said, "Who's that? I don't know who that is." And they're like, "Oh, it's this one's spirit guide." And I'm like, "Oh, I never met their spirit guide because they don't come for readings or anything, right?" But just because they don't come for readings when we're live, like we are now, and I'll
Uh,
mention I do crossovers or whatever, the people in the chat spirit guides can hear me, okay? And they're like, oh shit, now I know where to take all these spirits. And they bring them. Because
well, you
sometimes I'm like,
know they can. Me and Shelly was in Boomer's watching his streams the other night while he was sleeping, and well, she's not a spirit guide, but she's a spirit. She's
yeah,
reading the chat and she's answering our questions. on the Simon Says thing or whatever you want to call it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
you know, it was crazy good. But I mean, she was just reading the chat right on and answer our questions for us. It'd be yes or no question. You know that. I mean,
Yeah, of course. Yes or no, because she was doing the Simon Says or whatever. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And
Oh no,
but
they can read the chat, they can hear you, they're sitting there
yeah,
listening with right next to Nina's spirit guides next to her, like, oh yeah, oh, you do crossovers? I know who to send to you. Like, just as an example, Nina.
well,
Um,
all of us get together. All your spirit guides get together too.
oh
I mean,
yeah.
think about that. I
Well,
mean,
the
I
people
would
they
say
know,
they probably do.
from the people we know, yeah, because I have a lot
Right.
of visitors. I will not forget. I was sitting here and I was telling Danny, "Oh, I got these little visitors that came that wasn't ready to cross over yet, and they all have something with them. So look at this one." I go, "You want to show Danny your toy?" So the one sits up and he has a teddy bear, and Danny's like, "Oh, okay, great." The other one comes up on my lap. Okay, this other one comes up on my lap, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a cool truck." And I look down at this kid and I go, "Who are you?" Like I was like, "Who the hell is this kid?" Right? And he's like, "Oh, I came to visit from um he came to visit from Tina's house." He's like, "Yeah, I hang out with the lady with the big wolf." And I'm like, and when he said it, I got a picture of Ash and I was like, "Oh, you came from Tina's." He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh my God." Like I didn't know who he was. Like I looked down and I get this picture in my head and I see his truck and I'm like, "But who's the kid? I don't remember seeing him before." Like, I was like, "What the fuck?" And Danny was laughing at me because I'm like, "Who are you?" And Danny's like, "You don't know." I'm like, "No, he came from Tina's. He came to visit." And he's like, "Oh." I'm like, "No, I usually kind of know who's here, but when when they come to visit, sometimes I don't know." So I'll have different people, spirit, kiddos and whatever, come and visit and play. And I put out cake and stuff all the time. And they have ice cream in there now. So, like, they'll come over to eat and whatever. Yesterday, I went to do a crossover. Hey, Corey. And um,
Hi,
Astro
Corey.
came by. I could tell because I was, again, trying to strip. And I'm like, I had just put coffee out. And he's like, "You didn't put snacks out today?" I'm like, "Oh, you want a snack?" I go, "I have some cookies." So then I cut up some cookies. But I was like, okay, they come to my house to eat and drop off spirits that need to cross over and play with the kids. They don't really come to see me.
Yeah.
Uh, we need to have a spirit guide party. I had a few actually. I'm listening and lurking. Okay. Um, I had a few birthdays because I said some of these kiddos never had birthdays. I'm gonna have to have another big party. So I had like one for the girls in September 1st, one for the boys in October. I actually did that 2 years in a row in October, like next to Halloween. Um, one for the girl spirit guides, one for the boys. And then I had like elementals and spirit animals in December. So I would have like 3 birthday parties a year. They have toys here, and we take all sorts of things out. Yeah, so the last time I did one was in like October. Yeah, because you know. But yeah, so I have them. They're on film. I didn't make them public except for like I sent a link to like Sherry and Kim, whoever's kiddo came for the birthday party. I tried to send it to them, Drew and whatever. So I have them. They're unlisted. Um, no, if you're interested, anybody interested in seeing little party, of course, send me, just tell me, and I'll send you guys a messenger link of it. I only have messenger. I have to ask, do you astral project? No. I was
Um,
so interested in it, and I was gonna try to figure it out, and then I kind of stepped on a timeline, and it screwed with me because the spirit touched me. Long story short, I said nope, because if I get stuck in one of these fucking places, I'm not having this shit. Okay, that's like I'm not afraid of any ghosts. I'm not afraid of these fallen angels that attack me
I
for
would
two
say
hours. I'm not
I don't,
afraid of these people with horns that come into my house. I think
I don't
some of
astral
them are.
project, but oh my god, what they call it? I went blank. I just went totally blank.
Oh, that I do. That I do. The same as I do. No, I do the same. Hey, Joe, as you.
Um,
It's called something recording, right?
Remote view, yeah, I do remote viewing,
Remote
yeah,
viewing. That's what it is. Yeah. Remote viewing, though, you don't have to leave your body. You could do it in your mind. So
yeah.
I've
You
been.
could be totally awake and sitting in your house, and
Yeah.
boom, you're off somewhere else. And
Now,
it's you because you're looking through your own eyes.
yeah, and I mean, I've only done it one time. Like one time, I it was with Nalisha, Dream Walking Angel. Like I told her, hey, this kid spirit came to my house from your house, and all of a sudden I'm in your living room, and then I go into your kitchen, and what the hell? Are you serious, Fancy? It's not one of those YouTube things, because somebody told me somebody died the other day, and I'm like, what? I forgot who
I
they said
know, and
died.
they get right,
And then
and
when
you,
I looked it up, it was one of those fake
yeah,
Facebook things. They're
fake
like,
video.
no, that
They
really
piss
didn't
me off
happen.
so bad, and I don't know why they do that crap.
Ugh.
I mean, I really don't. It's stupid.
I don't know either, and that's why I think YouTube started with this. You have to tell them if you have fake content, because, like, if it's AI generated or something, so that people know that I didn't make a video of Mary and Boomer having a fist fight, that it's fake, that it's not real. They really didn't have a fist fight, like
Yeah,
but like, anyway,
I can.
what
Now
a
you
dumb.
don't see me. I'm that little circle there, but got a little
It's
blue to
pretty
it.
with the blue and the black, and oh, she moved the
Oh,
blue
well,
now,
it went
but
all black there. I don't know what that caused that, but okay.
but
There's a little blue.
it was nice. It was ombre.
There, it's got a little blue there. That way they'll know I'm there.
Yeah, nice. um, yeah. So a lot of different things going on and in the world, unfortunately, but the spirits know too. That kind of looks like the moon, right? Um, oh, I didn't finish saying. So I tell her, I said, look, so I said, I'm in somebody's kitchen. They have a white little, like, table in the middle, or island, and white cabinets. And you go off into the living room from the kitchen. Whose house am I in? And Alicia's like, oh, mine. I'm like, third cabinet in your house, there's something wrong. What's the third cabinet in your kitchen? Third cabinet from the left, you know? And the next day she looked in the third cabinet from the left, and she's like, somebody opened my spice and spilled it all over the place. Because she had it's that one of those like spice rack things in the cabinet, and all her spices are there, all nice. Somebody opened like something that was red, like, so it looked like blood. When she opened it up, she's like, what the hell is going on in my cabinet? She goes, somebody had to open it because the way it's sitting, it can't fall over or spill out, you know? And I'm like, yeah, I saw it. I just saw that the third cabinet I saw somebody open the third cabinet, And I went to look in it, but I couldn't
Well,
really see because sometimes it's like, but I'm just like, there's something wrong. And yeah, that was what happened. All right.
Brandon,
Bye.
it's not remote viewing we're talking about. I mean, and it's not astral projection we're talking about. We're talking about remote viewing.
Remote viewing, because yeah, I don't like like I said, I'm not trying to astral project. My ass will be forget itself somewhere.
The difference
Now
is, I'll explain the difference to you. The
we're at
difference
war.
is
Well,
whenever we're astral projecting, you're actually like in a sleep state, and you're like going off. You see yourself and all that, and you have a tethered line. You should have anyway. It's there whether you see it or not. There is a tether line that's back to your body. But when you remote view, you're wide awake. You're coherent about where you're at and what you're doing. And I mean, we may be one place, but actually we're actually in another place. And
right.
it's the strangest thing. But when I first done it, it freaked me out just a little bit. But after that, I was okay with it, because you are in control. It's not like you're not in control because you are.
Yeah,
So
and you
if
can't
you
get
wasn't
stuck
in control, it'd
there
be a whole
in the
totally different
person's
thing.
house out of your body because technically your mind is seeing it, but
Right.
you're still where you are. So I do like that. I don't mind doing that. I mean, it happened only that one time, like by mistake. Like I don't practice it. Hey, Shelly.
Hi,
Hi, Super
Shelly.
Safe. By the way, I know I typed it in, but I've done that
Hi,
before. A
Colt.
friend of mine said I died in the process because I seen an angel try to pull me until a stronger force pushed me away. Wow. Hi, Colt. How are you, sweetheart? Yeah. So I don't know if your astral projection, you could like be pulled from the tether and then not be able to
Well, I
get your
mean,
way back.
well,
So if you're
all you had
astral
to do
projection,
when you astral project, all you have to do is just clearly think of your body, and you're back to it. But you got to clearly be thinking of your body, and you want to go back, and it's like it doesn't. You don't have to travel back. You just automatically go back. Um,
yeah,
but people die in their sleep all the time, so
yeah,
it wasn't the astral projection part of it causing you to do that, as per se. Like you said there was an angel grabbing you to carry you to wherever. Um, it could be that you was dying in your sleep, and that a spirit guide or a spirit of some kind snapped you out of it, and caused you to wake up and come back alive, to be more
yeah,
coherent. I've had that happen. I have sleep apnea, and I know for a fact mine keep me awake. If I'm having issues, or if they think that I'm not breathing right, they will touch me and wake me up. Because all you
wake
got to
you
do
up.
is touch me, and it wakes me up. I don't care. I've always been that way. And they do that. I've had them touch me on my feet. I've had them touch me on my arms. I've had them holler at me in my ear, stuff like that. It's not very often that this happens. It's not,
Yeah,
every night occurrence, but if it's not my time to go, they will snap me out of it.
yeah, yep. Um, they do. Um, Brandon. There's different. I can't like because when people say they're mediums, I always ask what kind and what do you do that makes you a medium? Because you know, technically, none of us people who do paranormal stuff exist. Um, so the meanings of these things that they made up that you could look up online, it's like, oh, well, if there was, this is what you would call yourself. And I'm like, okay, no, you know. So I looked up all the different definitions, and I guess the closest um would be a spirit medium for me, because I'll give messages from spirits, but I also do crossovers, which they don't even have. Like they say, all mediums can do crossovers. They can. Um, so when you do crossovers, you're also a gatekeeper. Um, these are things
Hi,
that are
Super
not in
Saint.
dictionaries because we don't exist. Have to come up for a word with for us. So sorry. I've cracked my iPad screen and then spilled on it, so I've been struggling typing. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Super Saint. The dreams were so real, they make you, I don't, yeah. I'm hypersensitive to auras. I can channel. Okay, there you go. So that's a little different because my, than just a medium, right? So that's what I'm saying. The regular things, like my ex-boyfriend could see auras since he was 7 years old. He can see them. He could tell
Yeah, he
you the
channels too. So
aura.
if he,
He would draw people with colors all around them that people would think he was setting. He was drawing people on fire. That they sent him to the funny
hi,
farm at first.
Skinner.
And, hey, Amanda, how are you? And then,
Super
like,
Saint's here too. Did you see them?
his aunt. Yes, Skinner is Amanda. And then, his aunt took him to a spiritual guy, and he's like, no, he sees auras. It's not a big deal. He's not crazy. Whatever. That's when he was 7. He could see him all the way from then. He doesn't consider himself a medium. He was just born that way, and that's what it is, and that's it. Like, because he doesn't do anything else. He doesn't like paranormal. He can see things and feel different energies, but he doesn't consider himself a medium because he doesn't talk to spirits, doesn't want to know about them, all that stuff.
Um,
Some of the reason why he's my ex, okay?
Brandon. So you channel? Do you channel uh spirits or spirits and people, living people?
Really, Robert? I'm sorry. And I used the other phone today thinking this phone's mic would be better.
I don't know who's got an echo going. Is it me?
No, they said it's me, and Robert said he's hearing me twice, and I'm like, what the
I'm
hell?
not getting no echo, and I mean, I
I'm
can turn
like,
on my phone to find out, but
oh, Kelly says there's no echo. Fancy said there's no echo with her. Okay. Um, hopefully it was just an isolated incident,
Fancy
Robert,
said
and
she don't have one either.
happen again. Your house is haunted. Yes.
Okay, so you don't
Just
chat. Okay, what do you channel then? What do you mean by channeling?
I don't hear an echo either. Okay.
We're not drilling you, Brandon. By the way, we're just asking.
No, we're just
We
curious
try to
because
get to know people that are like us.
yeah, it's interesting to know people. Well, and that's what I said. And it's because there's so many different variations of us, okay? Because Uh, like I said, we all do something different. There's nobody believes scientifically they can't prove the supernatural, right?
So
So
you channel spirit.
science
You
can't
know?
prove the paranormal, so technically we don't exist. So it's always interesting to see what like superpowers people have. I call them superpowers. It's always interesting to see, the different superpowers people have and why do and I always wonder, and and I know, like, I always wonder why, like, some people can see spirits with their eyes, others can only see them in their head, and why
I'll be both
can the
ways. I
ex
mean,
who hates spirits see auras,
well,
but
you
I
got
can't,
a link. Uh-huh.
and I help the spirits. So I always wondered how they came up with who gets what superpower. You don't wonder this? Hi, Janelle. I see you there.
Now,
Welcome back,
Brandon, when
Tyre.
you say spirit energy, do you talk to the spirits? You get messages from the spirits? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, you can feel spirit energy. Okay. Kind of like me when is it like a touch sensory thing, Brandon?
He says he
I
don't talk to him. No,
no.
he
So
just he
so it
just
just
feels he just channels
feels
your energy. That's it.
well because like sometimes it's sensory, right? So I used to go to the thrift store, and before I was really good at this, I would touch it, and there would be a weird vibration feel, and I'd
Right,
know that item had an attachment.
right.
You can only do it with your right hand because that's the intake, your left hand is the outtake. So
Well, everything's got energy. You could be reading that object's energy too, but there's a difference in the energy feel.
there's a
So
difference
that's where
because
you're getting at.
I could touch this fan does not have any energy. Like, it doesn't give me that same feeling
Right,
as
right.
if it would have an
I know what you're
attachment.
saying. Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
yeah.
Um,
Because some people they read uh people, or they pick up on the spirits or whoever's by holding an object.
yeah,
I don't do that. I have, but I'm not prone to do that. It's very seldom do I do that.
yeah.
Um, More feeling than touching, but can do both.
Oh, there you go.
I talk to spirits. I see them with my eyes, and my third eye, and my eyes. Now I don't always see with my eyes, but my third eye works very well, very well. So um,
Where the heck is my lighter?
I we talk to the spirits. Me and Christina both do. I remote view. What else do I do? I can read people.
Okay, why you gotta be pink, Christina?
I can, huh?
Listen, it's the free version. I'm lucky I got names up here, okay? Oh.
It's pink.
I got a black circle because I had to put something
Oh,
over my camera for it to show.
oh,
Because I
Mary.
gotta pay my stream yards. I ain't paid
I,
them.
I
Oh
gotta.
yeah, there's only purple. That's the
I,
only other color.
well, that's better. That looks more blue than purple. So, I got a question for you though. You mentioned your third eye.
But I do
So,
several things,
when
Brandon.
when
That's what I was just.
when you wear glasses, do people call you six eyes?
I don't know. She's got dots going and don't
She didn't
she?
catch it. She just totally ignored that.
I
Saying
know
Yeah, I
she's
did.
ignoring
What'd you
you
say?
in general.
she talking about fucking dots. More feeling than touching, but can do both. Hey, Brandon, I'm with you. With that, I feel spirit energy around me all the damn time. Half time I don't know if they're coming or going. As far as getting energy off objects, not a regular thing for me. But if it's powerful enough, uh, it's usually something like I'll be drawn to. That would be an example of an item being people use the word possessed or whatever. What it is items that are charged with a certain individual's own spirit energy. Okay, because objects that are emotionally attached, or spirits that are emotionally attached to certain items, they leave a charge in it. Okay, it's a charge of their energy, and those items sometimes I can drawn to because I can feel that energy. But for the most part, like if I had, you ever see those shows where they try to use psychics as a way to find missing people, or uh, dead bodies of people they believe is dead and stuff, where the medium or psychic that is doing the work, that they request like items of that individual, because if they touch that item, they can get like their information through that energy of that. See, I can't do that. But
Right. I
like
think you're attracted to the item. I think you're attracted to the item first, because like I was on the train 24 hours going to Indiana, and once in a while they'd let you off for a quick smoke break. And I was standing in Chicago. I'm pretty sure I got off to have a cigarette, and I was just standing there, and there was all these rocks. They were all the same color, except for this one that caught my eye, right? And I looked at it. I go, "Oh, that's pretty." And something told me, "Go and get that rock right now." I'm like, "Fuck." I walk over. I pick up the rock. I could tell there's energy in it, and I'm like, "That." It was the only red rock. There was 5 million white rocks, right? So I'm like, okay. So I take the rock with me. The gentleman
they
that
look like this kind of
that's
red
energy.
jasper. They look like
No, it
that.
was just like
Okay.
a regular rock that was red in the street, you know?
Oh,
It wasn't a crystal or any kind of, it was just a red rock
well,
in a
jasper
sea
is
of
just
white
rock.
rock, right?
Yeah,
And how,
jasper is just rock. So that's all
yeah,
I'm
but I
asking
mean,
about.
like,
Maybe you, yeah. All
like
right.
it, just a regular kind of rock. I don't know. But anyway, so I pick it up, had tons of energy. And just to make sure, I put it in my other hand. I picked up another rock. No, no kind of feeling like that. Put it back. I take the rock with me. A gentleman who was killed, hit by the train at that station in the 40s, was his energy. And, basically, I guess he was trying to let me know he was there. That's what kept drawing me to go get the rock, Anyway, he crossed over now. That's what he wanted. But, like,
That was
you know,
his way of letting you know he was there.
That's not that's not a tiger. That's a skull. Uh, Saint. I don't know if that's what you're referring to. Yeah, that's a skull. Somebody sent me this. This is red, Eastern red jasper. I have another one that another friend sent me. That's tiger's eye, and something I discovered about tiger's eye that I did not know before. This has metallic properties. Look, there's heavier metals in this rock that's attracted to magnets. This is a magnet on the
oh,
end, and for the longest time, I couldn't understand why. Because I used to have these, like I used to use the EMF says stuff over here, like on the table, like around these. This was setting it off, and I never knew that. I never knew why this was triggering the EMF. It's because it's got magnetic properties in it, other heavier
okay.
metals that are attracted to magnets. So it will set off an EMF meter.
Boomer likes the skulls because I'm part of the wolf pack and I have a wolf as a spirit guide. I have the
Well, I
wolf
like
one.
wolves too. These skulls were given to me. Okay. I didn't go out and buy them. If I
Oh
bought
no,
something,
I
like if I
like
bought something
skulls.
like this, it probably would have been a wolf. but this was
Yeah.
gifted to me. So I like
I
skulls.
I
Or
like skull stuff,
I yeah,
especially
I never
around
thought of
like
collecting skulls
Halloween
or
and stuff,
anything.
But
Yeah.
I think I do have a skull one too.
Well, I would love to have a wolf. I wish I kept that wolf painting that I painted for Christina. Um, what the hell's her name again?
My dad had a he was having two belts made. My mom and dad. She had one made with an amethyst stone in her belt buckle, and his.
There's heavy metals in it, Shelly. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. I was just answering your
Huh?
question.
You what?
Tiger's Eye has like heavy metals in it that other stones and stuff may not have, and it's attracted to magnets. So it has magnetic properties because it's attracted to magnets. Unlike this, the red jasper doesn't attract magnets, so there's no magnetic properties in there. This one, however, does. See, I can actually make it move. You know, it actually contacts.
And
Yeah.
mom's not
So yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
know
go on,
where
Mary.
I put my flashlight, but this one has it glows like fire when you hit it with the blue light.
It disappeared.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then
It
see I
looks
have
like
my little wolfie. And then a guy actually carved these out of like maybe it's like ivory or something. He actually carved these wolves.
yeah, it looks like ivory, or actually, it looks like antler. Really, I think that's antler. Ivory is more white all over.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
that looks
don't
like
know.
antler, but it's very good.
I can't tell by looking at it. What's it?
Yeah,
But
ivory doesn't have the brown in it like
right.
antlers do. Ivory's pure white.
Um yeah, so he carved these and they're gorgeous. Hi, Regina. So I
Hi,
got those guys.
Regina.
He carved them, hand carved, and he sold them to me two for $5. I thought that was so
Oh, that's
nice of him, and
cool.
they're heavy. He must have knew that I needed them and I didn't have any money.
It
But
looks
anyway,
like either elk or deer antler. From here
That's a
anyway.
good price if you. I mean,
What do you know about the crystal skulls found in the caves in central Mexico? I think they were made by the what's
yes,
that one
Kim.
tribe? What's that tribe again? There's two different tribes indigenous to Mexico, and I can't never remember the names of them. But I think they were done by them and just like left behind when that tribe became like you know extinct. Aztecs, yeah, that's one of them. There's another one I was thinking of. I think,
that was my understanding. That I don't know. I think Aztecs. Yeah.
yeah, I
I
mean,
mean,
because back in the
yeah.
day, like they could discover like crystals like the size of your fucking head, and nobody gave two shits about it. There was no monetary value on that stuff. They were meant to make into like ornaments and stuff. They didn't put a monetary value on it because back then, who cared about money? They used them for trade and religious. Uh, um, what's the word for rituals? They use it for religious rituals,
Crystals. You
like
talking
that.
about the cavern? You telling me to find the crystals underneath there? That
Mayans,
big
that's the other
cavern
one I was
hole.
thinking of. Thank you, Chris. Or thank you, Kim. What?
Are you talking about where they found that big? Oh my God! It's crystals underground, but the whole thing is nothing but.
I don't know.
It's
Saint
telling you
was
now. It's
asking
telling you
about
now.
it, not me.
Huh?
Saint was asking about it, not me.
Oh.
My
I was just
my
telling
son
you what
showed
I
me
thought it
one.
would be. I heard something about it. I don't know that much about the story itself. I heard something about it, and I just assumed, well, it's probably some stuff that either the Mayans or whoever the others were again, the Aztecs probably created back in the day for
ISFL.
religious purposes or whatever.
Hi,
Uh,
SFL. Can you see it glowing orange or not?
not orange, no, but there's like a purplish.
I was gonna say it
Oh,
looks
that's
kind of
right. That's
purple to me.
reflected off the light. It looks purple to me.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
purple to
maybe.
me.
Yeah, it looks purple, not orange.
Still looks purple.
Oh, I don't know,
No,
but it has all orange, like it glows orange.
It's got a little bit of glow. It's got a little bit of orange tint when you move it around a little bit, but
I bet you that's the kind
it
of
turns back
stuff
to
they
purple.
make that chameleon paint out of.
Everybody says
That's
it looks
kind of
purple to
like
him.
that looks like the effect of that chameleon paint. I wonder if that's the same stuff they use. They just crush it up into a fine powder and make it into a paint, and depending on how the light hits it, it changes color from
Oh,
anywhere
oh
from
yeah, the
black
chameleon
to
powder.
purple to blue to depending on how the sunlight hits it.
Hi,
That's
SFL.
cool.
Um, yeah, it does glow orange, but it's really hard to see on the thing. But it's purple. When you hit it with the light, it's purple with orange speckles all over. But
SFL in the house. What's up, SFL? Is that Southern Florida? Is that what
see,
SFL stands for?
see what Kim put. That's the name of what this stone is.
Or does it stand for San Francisco's Losers? I don't know. SFL. It either has to do with San Francisco or South Florida. It's like,
Kim told you what your stone was, Christina.
blue
Yeah,
light
that's
She
wave,
what
held up.
scorpions,
right.
neon orange.
She says that Uperite.
Also, oh
Uperite.
wow, see, I didn't know that. Uperlite, Kim says.
Yeah,
I wonder if Uperlite is the same stuff they use for the chameleon paint.
I don't know, but I thought it was spelled differently. Kim, let me see. Stones.
My home is in New York. I work in Toronto on contract SFL.
Oh, your name is Shay.
Oh, my name is Shay. Oh, okay. Good to meet you, Shay. I'm in New York as well. You're probably north of me if
Me
you
too.
work in Toronto. You're probably up past Watertown area, huh? Or Buffalo, somewhere in that. I am in Florida. Hey, good for you, Brandon. I'm sorry.
UP Airlines. No, you spelled it right. I thought for some reason I thought there was an M in that one, but
Well, you know the first problem with that, Christina.
what?
Yeah, Brandon.
Your first problem is you were thinking. Okay.
I'm Indiana, and they're both New York.
I
You're
am
in
in
Florida,
some boring city in the UK. Let me
Brandon? No.
Homestead. Are you in Homestead, Brandon? I experienced Homestead. Yeah, that's a boring ass place. Um, wasn't so boring during Hurricane Andrew though. No. Oh, Jacksonville. All right, there you go. Yeah, they got Homestead beat on that one. Okay.
Jacksonville. Is that like 3 hours from Tampa? I think my father's friend retired there in a retirement like community. Do you have those big retirement communities with like the pool and all that stuff?
Yeah, they are big down in the
Almost,
further
bro.
down in Florida.
That
Almost.
might that
Um,
might be what 4 hours north of Tampa.
or,
Yeah, he might be right around that place because those are big retirement. That's probably why it's boring for you.
I'll tell you, it wasn't looking pretty good for them, very good for them when we were down there for the relief program when I was in the service. Homestead was a fucking mess. They're lucky they weren't wiped off the map. Anyone know my stone?
You mean for your birthday, Super Saint? Like, if you tell me
Stone?
what month, I could tell you what your stone is.
Yeah, you can look that up on Google. That's
um,
my birthstone for this date. And they'll tell you. No, I know.
well, yeah, I
I don't
would
know
say
what you're
she.
talking about then. Super Saiyan Parents Pride.
Sometimes mine comes up blue topaz, and then other
Well,
times it comes up turquoise. So
Okay, Shelly.
well, I just because like your typical birthstone, like mine is April, so I'm a diamond, right? But
Mine's
if I look at
April.
my
yeah.
spiritual, if I look up my spiritual birthstone, it's different. It's not diamond.
Yeah, see, that's why I don't bother with all that crap because depending on what the circumstances is, it's different. I mean, now everybody's saying we have two signs, not just one. We got two different kinds of birthstones, not just one. Blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever. Just
Yeah.
leave me the hell alone with mine, okay? I'm a Libra, and my birthstone is a rose quartz, okay? Let me have it,
Mhm.
okay? Do you fancy? I
See,
much
like,
prefer onyx myself, but
yeah. See, it's like April has a few stones. Like the official one is diamonds, but also sapphire and opals are indicative of the spiritual aspect of April.
okay.
So it depends, of course, on what you're looking at, and um, also like some people say, like if you put the day in, the day, like depending on if you're closer to this or that, also does like what the stone is. Um, yeah, but Aquamarine, you're in March, huh? Oh yeah, he's in March. My son's father was Aquamarine, and he was in March. Um, so does anyone else in the chat? Meanwhile, so Brandon considers himself a medium. He does, a few. He has a few superpowers. Does anybody else in the chat? Now I know Diane can see spirits, so that's a big superpower. Does
I love
anybody
how
else?
it says it's superpowers as if we're part of some like
Look, we're gonna
superhero.
say it's a superpower because not everybody could do it, and I think that's what counts as superpowers,
That
right?
don't make it super.
Oh, they're ours, and they're our superpower. Um,
Yeah, but
so
technically, superpower just means it's a power everybody has that you just happen to have it super. Strength,
okay.
super strength, supervision, super hearing. Those are all things everybody possesses, but an individual that has it, better, that's super. What we have is just,
I got some
I
superpowers. I
don't
can't tell
consider
you what they
myself
are.
any more super than anybody else. I just happen to have a gift that most people don't.
Well,
I refer to it as a gift. I used to refer to it as a curse.
my
Sometimes I still do, but it's
birthstone is
anything.
a key
I
stone.
see it as anything but super, though. It's
Shire.
not that super for me.
I don't know
Shire,
where
you're so
Carl is.
nice.
I'll talk to him all day.
Uh,
Yes. So
Okay.
either a superpower or a gift or what does anybody have?
Maria Amethyst Salatine. Will there be a psychic read?
Huh? If
I don't.
Boomer wants to.
It don't work that way for me.
I know. Somebody has to tell him.
They come to me and yeah.
Um, I know. I would assume that. Well, I wasn't planning on doing any like kind of channeling or talking to spirits or doing any of that today because I had my fill of it last week. Like, and I still have crossovers to do. But um, she wanted to know, Mary, do you
I don't know.
okay, well, put it. Do I know Maria has a certain question? Do you Super Saint? Do you have a particular question, or you just want a general reading? I might be able to come up with a general reading, or well, it depends if your spirit guide wants to talk to me or not, of course.
Yeah, that would be a more appropriate word, Diane. Ability.
Ability.
Yeah, that's the term I would use. I usually shift from the word abilities to gifts, but gift is the most common reference to it. So I view
That's
it more
okay,
as a
Brandon.
particular ability than anything. It's not really super. And it sure as hell doesn't feel like a gift sometimes. But for people like us, they would use the term gifted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gifted. All right. So Maria,
Is he going
um,
on vacation, Maria?
she
That
wants
he's
to know.
trying to move him out.
She wants to know if he's getting the hell out. I think. Um, I don't know if anybody will say one way or the other. Let's see. Well, my head's starting to hurt, so maybe somebody will come talk to me, but I don't know if it's going to be for Super Saint or for Maria. Okay, we'll do Maria first.
If they tell me something, I'll say. But if they don't, I won't.
Okay, so Maria, 3 months. I heard 3 months. Within 3 months? Within 3 months, he'll be taking a trip. Um, is this a permanent trip? Trip spirits? Do you know? Okay, unknown. They just know in within the next 3 months he'll be taking a trip. Whether he stays there or not is unknown at the time. Okay, but they just know he'll be taking a trip. That's what they said. Within 3 months he'll be taking a trip. I asked them if they knew if it was a permanent and a trip, and they said unknown. Um, okay,
If you want him out, Maria,
probably
like
to
you
his
told
family,
us the other
maybe.
night, I don't see him leaving on his own. You're gonna have to do it.
Hmm. But maybe he is going to visit his family. I mean, as a trip.
And if he
But
goes and visit his family, that's when I do it.
yeah, that's when I do it too. Yep. Change
I
all the
just had
locks,
a vision.
throw all
I
that shit
changed the
out.
lock, stack of stuff up, and changed
I
all
just
that.
had a vision of somebody in a hurry changing all the locks in the house.
Yeah, there you go. Um,
Somebody changed all the locks.
Yep,
So that could be a
I was.
message
I changed the
saying
locks
if
and pack all the stuff up and set it in storage somewhere. Even if you had to pay the storage, Maria, it'd be better than doing the headache with him. If you're that passionate about getting rid of him, that's when I would do it.
sorry,
All right,
somebody's
does anybody
telling
else got any
me.
questions?
I'm just writing it down for Super Saint,
yeah, I
actually.
got a question.
But
How come I don't get this kind of activity on my fucking live streams?
how come what?
Okay,
Why does everybody want to come to my live stream and talk about weather, sickness, and
I didn't know
um,
you went live.
politics? Over
When you go
here,
live at different times,
you know
we
what?
never. I wasn't online.
he's saying in general, not only you.
Um,
Okay, yeah.
I watched it the other night though while you slept for a long time.
Well, you ought to check one out sometime, Fancy.
Oh yeah, fancy.
But we've got a
Definitely.
great channel, you guys.
All right, wait, let me just give this message to Super Saint before I forget.
I'll drop
Because
his link in the chat.
yes, please. Your spirit guide, Jody, I think, Jody, yes, right? The strength you will need to deal with the next few months is going to have to be great. Um, that was your message. So I don't know what you're going through or what is going to be going on for the next 3 months at least. More like 2.5, I'm hearing. So I don't know what's going on with you, Super Saint, but she's saying the strength you will need to deal with the next few months. Now, I think I read you Wednesday, and she didn't have this to say. So I'm thinking this is something new, something that just came up. And I'm getting the feeling it just started for you. So you kind of know what I'm talking about, do you not? I think so. I'm pretty sure. If not, you're gonna know within the next few days. To visit his parents and his brother. Oh, there you go.
Hey, I got a
That's right.
friend that lives up in Norway. Yeah, I kind of got that same. I
Oh,
kind of got that same
surgery?
feeling. Uh, 17. That's why I said like. That's why it's just a metaphor. It's a metaphor, but the vision I saw in my head was somebody like in a big hurry going around changing all the locks. Okay, that's a metaphor saying there's going to be a moment when he's going to be gone for a while. That's when you should take action to assure he doesn't return. Um,
Yeah.
if that's what you want. Okay. Nothing's going to happen unless you express the need for it to happen.
You're having surgeries? Okay, so was one of the surgeries just scheduled between when we spoke on Wednesday to today? I'm just curious. Because wondering why she wouldn't have gave you this profound message on Wednesday, but then I'm thinking maybe this just came up between now, you know.
Uh,
Oh, sorry, Diane. Yeah, come right back. I don't see that it's buffering on our end here.
so you're gonna let him come back?
You think you're gonna let him? Okay, well then that's gonna be on you, and that's why the spirit
Yeah.
guides keep
Well, you can
telling
quit
you the
asking
ball
us because if you're
the
gonna let him
ball
come
is
back,
in
then
your court, you know? Oh, Maria.
I think
Diane, if you're on your phone, it does that.
I
I
think
don't know
what
why, but
I
you
think
have to refresh.
her concern is it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is your concern more of will he be able to make it back, or um, is he going to choose to come back?
No,
Is that the question? Like, are you asking if he's going to choose to come back,
right, because they're having
or is it?
problems in their
Sorry, I
relationship.
can't get out the
So
question. So.
that's why. I just figured I'd tell you because she told us on Wednesday. So
This has been
they're
an
having
every week
problems.
thing, Boomer.
Review. What? I am afraid of him being
Oh, I'm sorry,
intimate
Super Saint.
with other women.
I'm sorry about that. Well, we'll be praying for you, Super Saint, and yeah. Um, hopefully everything will work out. Now, they just said you're gonna need a lot of strength, but they didn't make it sound bad, so you know, I'm
Super
sure you could
Saint,
get through this.
I'm only gonna say that I'm gonna say this. It's just my piece of advice to you on that stimulator. Don't do it.
Well, Mary can tell you about the stimulator.
And
Excuse me one moment,
I can
folks.
tell you exactly why. That's what messed me up. I ended up going through 4 months of therapy to learn to walk again. Basically, I'm in a walker and a wheelchair now that I was not before I went in for that. I did the thing before, wore it for a week. It did fine. So when they implanted it, they messed me up. I literally had to learn to walk again afterwards. It could have been just my doctors. I don't know. But I'm just telling you that I've had nothing but sorrow since then from it. And I wished 1,000,000,000 times that I'd never had them touch my back. I was with in pain before. Well, I got twice the pain now that I had before I ever went in to get it.
All
So
right, back on Maria real quick. I think what she's more or less looking for is relationship advice, and I for one don't do that. Um, so
mm,
because if you look at her last few comments, her concerns are him cheating on her and stuff, and all that. I don't deal with that. I don't deal with relationship advice or anything. That's not what I feel the gifts are for, or the you know abilities, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Sorry, I had to
her
use the
cervical.
ladies.
Okay, cervical. Yeah, mine was in the back, so hers would be different. Mine was spinal. So yeah, hers will be different, but Lord, don't let him mess with your back. So all I got to say is that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you do? Does it work for you? I can walk, but I have to use my walker to do it. I mean, I can go without it if I'm in the house without the walker. I used to. I don't know if I can now, but because everything's so far away now, and I'm in a house,
All
in an
right,
apartment.
Christina, I'm going to retract my
But
previous statement from earlier.
could be. I mean,
I don't feel so bad now.
but I wish y'all luck. I'm glad that you got the one in the back and it works. It is different. Cervical is different. I didn't see it. I've been thinking. But I hear anybody saying they're going to get one. It just throws me off.
Um. Alrighty. So I didn't hear you two guys asked for something, so that's probably why your spirit guides were kind enough to come talk to us. Um. Uh. Did anybody else have any questions for us, the spirits? Anything? Maybe we could help you with. I mean, some questions they won't answer, some things they won't tell, but you know. We
I
know
got
what.
any questions about paranormal that we could answer? See, that's the kind of stuff. Christina, if you want to take that, that's. I don't do relationship stuff. I don't do relationship advice. I don't ask
Well,
my
like I
spirit
said,
about other
I'm,
people's relationships because that just, creates a whole situation that may not need to
Just
be
saying, check
created.
your messenger.
That personal relationships, I believe, is something people need to work on personally between each other, talking it out, getting shit out there in the air, and letting them know, hey, it's me or nothing, and that's it. Like you know what I'm saying?
hmm.
I think we've answered enough for you, Maria, on the situation. I really feel that way. We've told you how we feel about it and what your spirit guides have told us and what the spirit world has told us. We can't tell you anymore. So we're at a standstill on it
Oh,
for now.
unless yeah, your spirit guide comes up with something else.
And that's what I'm
But
saying. Unless they tell us
yeah,
more.
unless the spirit guide comes up with something else. But yeah, maybe if I can, if your spirit guide gives me any additional information, I can messenger it to you, sweetheart. Definitely, definitely. Um,
Right,
there you go,
Shire.
Shire. There you go, Shire. True. Okay. Um,
You welcome, Super Saint.
Nancy, Nancy had a question.
Yes,
Um,
good.
how does visiting a graveyard affect you?
How does what?
How does visiting a graveyard affect
Oh,
you?
cemeteries. Oh, I feel so at peace and at home
It's, it's,
in a cemetery. They
it's
just
very
make me feel
calming and
good,
peaceful for me.
Yeah, they make me feel good. I like to go
Yeah, it
across
does
the
me too.
street, walk around the National Cemetery across the street, and just soak in all that peacefulness. Because ain't nobody over there gonna fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I leave those gates, that's when I worry. You know,
Yeah.
like, I may get hit by a car, I may get mugged, I may get stabbed, I may get shot in this fucking neighborhood. You know, you never know. But when I'm over there on the other side of that iron gate and I'm walking around with my fellow fallen, I feel at peace, relaxed, nothing bothers
You
When
know,
I was younger,
I'm wondering if it's not all of us who are gifted like we are, if we feel that way in a graveyard, because I feel that way in a graveyard. Brandon said he does too. I feel
yeah,
very
and
relaxed and very just, I
my
can be,
my mother used to bring us there for picnics every Saturday,
me.
in- for picnics in the graveyard, in the cemetery over here. Um, but
I used to
it
go eat
also
lunch there.
it depends on, and this is another thing, like Kim said, it depends. There was one time I went to this cemetery. I call it the drama cemetery. And I mean, like, one lady said this full sentence on the spirit box. She was like, "Thank you for coming to visit." Okay, right before I was leaving. I mean, I had so many direct when I was talking to them back and forth. Um, and they just wanted to talk about everything, everything, credit card fraud. I mean, it's my birthday. I mean, they were all like all in. And I felt welcome in that cemetery. So the next time I went, it was good. The third time I went, I was gonna do one of those. Welcome back, Jen. Alone challenges at night for a half hour. Well, let me tell you, I went in, I put on the spirit box, and hi Benny. I put on the spirit box, and I get um, go home. It's late. And so I'm like, okay, I was here yesterday and you spoke with me. And then I realized if there's going to be a different kind of energy, maybe when I'm there during the day, the bad energy wasn't there. And I'm going later when now it's going to be dark and they're like, oh no, the bad things come out. And they were trying to warn me because they kept telling me, no, it's late,
They
leave,
just
it's
couldn't
late.
say it directly, yeah.
Bye, basically. So I really quickly ran through and left. I wasn't there more than because they just weren't having it. They wanted me out. And I wanted to make sure that I, respected them so that the next time that I went there, they would talk to me again during the day. Because most of the time I did my investigations during the day. And I turned green. Wow. Oh, yeah. Really tired? Oh.
Yeah, there was something I was gonna say in response to the cemetery thing too. I forgot. Oh, where somebody mentioned, I can't remember who it was, about getting attachments in cemeteries. Now that's very rare that that'll happen. And there's one thing you can do. It's a simple. I do it every time. Um, Whenever if I'm going into a cemetery or an area at Gettysburg, stuff like that, wherever there was known activity, uh, I just simply say, hey, no one's allowed to follow me out of here. This is where you belong. This is where you should stay. You can't attach yourself. And I've never once walked out of a cemetery. I've been in thousands of them, been in a few battlefields, and never once came home with an attachment. I did, however, invite one from this cemetery over here. He was a soldier from the Civil War. That's when this cemetery was established, and he started communicating with me. I says, "Would you like to get out of here for a while?" And he responded in a positive manner, and he walked over to my apartment with me. We hung out for months, and then I sent him back.
Yeah,
It was that simple. He was willing to come visit, and he was willing to leave. It was
yeah,
that simple. There's no mystery, magical thing about it. Um, you just if you're there, just walking around visiting somebody's site, you're pretty much safe. If you're there investigating, or if you're asking questions and making them aware of your presence and things like that, um, yeah, you're gonna want to say, "Hey, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Please don't follow me. I'm leaving now. This is your place, and I appreciate you letting me in here, but I'm leaving now. Don't follow me." That usually works for most people.
Usually works for me.
oh yeah. I mean, most of the spirits, when you tell them like you set your boundaries, most of them are fine with it. It's when it's those few and far in between where you get a shithead who wants to be, mean and rude and follows you to attack you, or, you know, um, but, you know, even I've crossed over to murderers, literally told me, look, I murdered all these people. I'm like, "Oh, don't be messing with any of my spirit guides here or anything. You want to just cross, you're going to behave until we cross you, then fine. I don't care. I don't care. That's not for me to.
Right, right.
I, I have no. It's not for me to judge anything. Um, as long as you behave while you're in my space, and I don't care. Because if you don't
Right.
behave, the protector's gonna kick your ass out. But when I first started doing crossovers, I mean, and I know I'm in New York, people would come and curse at us. They'd curse at the kids, like all this stuff. And the energy was getting so bad. It's like you don't want to do it. You're like, I'm being cursed at. Why are we bothering? And then you know, I just had to put my foot down, and the spirit guides were like, you know what? Have the protector kick them out if they get rough. So then hey, and the word spread. If you come and be rude, we're gonna kick you out, and you're gonna have to come back another day for a crossover. And if we kick you out a second time, you don't get crossover. Because it was like they were so rude. Who comes to ask somebody to do something for you, and you're gonna curse at them? You
I
know?
would think that would persuade me to make them the first ones to go. It's like, all right, see ya. Look for the white light. Get in it. Bye. Why give them? Why dick around with them like that? Just
No,
send them
you know
home.
what?
Send them home. You never have to worry about them again.
Yeah, but I have like 500 to do, and they're coming and they're cursing, and it makes the energy crazy. If it's one asshole, no,
That's what I'm
go.
saying.
I can't. I'm trying to do a whole. I don't do one person at a time too. I do 500. So when that kind of energy is fucking with the energy that I have to cross the other people over with, I can't. Like, you have to go. Um, and I do my crossovers different. Everybody does different ones, right? So everybody does it a different way. Sherry does it a different way than me. You do it a different way than me. Mary and I do it a different way. So yeah, I can't have that. Like, that energy
But
drives me nuts.
what I'm saying, because you do it as a group, right? Why bother singling that one out? Just let them go with the group. he'll get straightened out on the other
Hi,
side.
Corey.
You know what I'm saying? Let him go with the group. Let them straighten him out. You're getting rid of a problem instead of inviting it back over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Why don't you
Well,
just get rid of him right there with the rest of them?
he only gets 2 chances, and then my protector's never letting him near the ground again. But now, what I was saying was, once we put that word out that we weren't going to accept that,
Tell you what.
we never had that problem again. You
Tell you what
understand?
I'll do for you, Christina. Send your assholes my way.
That's
I'll
what I'm
cross
going to do.
them. I'll cross them the way they deserve to be crossed.
There you go.
I cross
Um,
assholes. I cross nice ones.
no,
Hey,
well,
they
like I
come up
said,
in here.
I've
They come
crossed
up in here
murderers,
acting a
but
fool. They're the first ones I'm gonna send packing. Okay, I'm gonna
yeah,
send them home. Let them deal with you. Let them straighten you out.
yeah.
Because it's just,
I
just
mean,
you know, their
yeah,
tractor.
I'm
They're
going to send them to
not
you because,
knowing
like I
what
said,
to do, where to go. They're just being themselves the way they were when they were alive.
Now we know where to send the
Once
buttholes
they're
to, right?
crossed over, once they're crossed over, they're a whole different energy. They get rejuvenated.
yeah,
You know.
yeah, but Boomer, I do 2,000 spirits a week now, right? I don't have anybody come here and curse at me. Now, I had one that came here and was like, I don't understand. Are you a witch? I don't know what's going on. They were,
Right, Robert.
because of how they were in life and what they were taught, they thought this crossover thing was something crazy. They almost didn't want to do it. Like, and then I'm like, hey, well, you want to go through the grove, maybe? Like, I didn't, like, I was like, I'm just gonna open the door for you and you're gonna go. I'm not, this is no witchy stuff, I don't do none of that. Um, but those kind of things I understand. But to come and be like and tell the person who's gonna cross you, hey fucking bitch, no, fuck you. I'm not crossing you then.
Mm.
You wait. You know, hey, listen, even if you're an asshole in life, you don't bite the hand that feeds you. They gotta learn some respect. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
But
that's
I'll
what I'm
send them
saying.
to you.
That's what I mean.
Good night, Robert.
They'll learn that respect once they're on the other side. They'll learn that respect. Well,
Maybe,
there
but
won't be need for that because it doesn't exist over there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, well, that's fine. But you're not gonna come to my house, curse at my kids, and then be like, "Oh yeah, now you're gonna call." No. Anyway, like I said, I don't have that problem anymore because since we put our foot down on it, they don't do it. You know what
Right.
that tells
I'm
me?
just saying, if you do in the future
Right.
come
But you know
across
what that
one of
tells
those,
me, Boomer?
drive
That
them
they
up
were just
here.
doing it because they just thought they could, like, oh, fuck it. We could curse at her. She don't care.
Just
She's
tell
going to
them
cross
there's
us.
a guy about 4.5 hours north of me. His name's Boomer. Look him up. He'll take care of you. You don't be an asshole here. Go there.
Yeah.
He'll take care of you.
Well, I am. I'm going to send them to you. But I'm just going to call your spirit guide and be like, hey, get this one because he's done here.
I mean,
Good
Michael
night,
may
Rob.
have to
Thank you
intervene.
so much
Sarah
for
kicked him in
hanging
the
out.
no-nos.
I know it's
The
late. Welcome
nan-nads.
back, Corey.
You may have to call upon the power of the Reaper. That's his job, is to guide spirits across and just say,
Well,
"Hey, I need your help with this one." you know.
well, with with the, with my protector could do, which I told them, if it's something really nutty, we send them. The cemetery is right behind my house, practically. It's a block down, right? There's a gatekeeper over at the cemetery that can cross them. Okay, so they could just go to the cemetery, and the
Do
gatekeeper
you
She's
tell
will
them
got,
cross
that?
she's
them.
got, she don't need Astro. She's got her
Do
own.
you tell them that though?
Oh,
Like,
really?
do you
My
let them
protector.
know, hey, if you're gonna be that way here, go see the gatekeeper. He'll take care of
Oh
you.
yeah, well,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and my
Well, I ain't gotta do shit then.
no, I tell you, we have a lot to do. You know what it is? There's a gatekeeper at the cemetery. There's the grove. You have to be super good to go through the grove, right? Or it won't let you go through the grove, right? So that's why they have me here, so that I could cross the shady or, little shady one, which is fine. I don't have any problem with that. The reason why a lot of people don't like crossing with the gatekeeper at the cemetery is because he was the gatekeeper, he or she, or the entity was never human. It's just an entity that crosses people. And a lot of humans get nervous about that, right? So, funny enough, that the gatekeeper in the cemetery sends me a lot of people. I should say the guardian of the cemetery sends me a lot of people to cross because he knows it's more
Well, they're
personal and,
basically low
you know,
level reapers.
yeah, basically,
Reapers are
that's what
never
they are.
human either. They're a particular
Yeah,
type of angel, you know,
right.
as well. So they're basically a low level reaper that
Yeah,
um and all Reaper's job is, and I don't know why everybody got such a hang on Reapers and that how Reapers got such a bad name going for them. Reapers are
but
actually
people are afraid of
good.
death.
Their use, they have a use, and it's to guide spirits to the other side. They don't kill. They're not the ones killing. They just, when somebody does die, they
Yeah,
guide them to the other side.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, and
That's that's
I
that's
never understood why
exactly
anybody feared death. Not me. Shit.
That's exactly what they are. They're low level, yeah, the gatekeepers. But
Yeah.
they do so many cemeteries. They don't do the crossovers every day either. I don't know. It's like once a month in each cemetery or something. So the cemetery guys, the guardians of the cemetery, will send me a lot of different spirits cross during. They're like, "Oh, Mike sent me." I'm like, "Okay." So I know he came from the cemetery, and I'm like, "No problem. We're gonna do a crossover at this time, hang out, have coffee, whatever." Um, so, you know, I understand that a lot of them, because I'm like, I don't understand why they keep sending them here if they cross them when the gatekeeper comes. And, then I realized probably because humans are scared, like depending on what they were brought up to know or whatever, or to think, like you said, maybe they're scared of these reapers. So they send them to me and I cross them. I don't care.
Shire, not to interrupt you, Christina, but Shire, I could see there being some kind of smell. I would say, you know, how can they not go home with not no smell on them? I mean, I couldn't do that job. That's one job I couldn't do.
What's that?
And a bomber,
Embalmer?
yeah,
Yeah, I could do that shit.
huh?
I could do that shit.
Well, we hear enough death and see
Like,
enough death
I
that
butchered enough deer in my life that I just look at,
it's nothing for you to
a dead
butcher
body's
somebody.
a dead body. You know what I'm saying? It's just a carcass, just like any other. You know? Shit.
Well, I don't have no problem crossing over people, but I'm with Christina. They if they're going to come, they don't need to be rude to you. And you're doing them a favor. You know,
Yeah. And like I said, there's plenty of places for them to cross over. If they got to come here with an attitude, they can go to the cemetery, and the guardian will tell
Well,
them when the
or
gatekeeper's
they
coming.
go
And that's when they
boomer
can
or
cross.
somebody
I mean, I
somebody
understand
else
your point on it all. I mean,
somebody else that wants attitude.
I agree with you on that part. It's like I don't need to deal with this. Go somewhere. You're like the lady at the DMV counter. Where you get a irate customer. You're like, hey, look, not today, Bubba. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. I'm just saying,
Uh,
like,
your daughter's calling you
I was
in
just
the chat,
wondering
Christina.
why.
I know, like it threw off my audio. That's how I knew somebody was calling. I didn't see who was calling because
Well,
I'm
she's
doing a
in
live
chat.
stream.
You may need to.
So that's why I said to her, "Is it emergency?" Then I'll call her. If she was just calling the chitty chat, then I can call her after. So that's
All
why I was
right.
asking her. Hmm. That's why I
I
was
think
asking
SFL is on a big delay or something.
if
Yeah,
it's
that must
something.
be behind because Benny left earlier.
Yeah, Benny left a while ago.
Yeah, well, might be
Well,
in
she
the
come
bushes.
back, but she left again.
Yeah, she might be in the bushes still.
She
Just
couldn't
tell
talk
me
about
maybe if
cemeteries.
it's an emergency or can I call you after this or if it's
I
important.
got. We went to a cemetery over in Illinois.
I was
It's
calling
me and Frank and a couple
the
friends of mine.
news.
Oh,
What is it?
oh, yeah, I saw what a few people in the chat told me what the Trump is doing. The dinky doodah, whatever you want to call him. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I will look at the news after this. Thank
Yeah,
you.
she heard. She heard it. She heard about it.
The only thing I don't
We heard about that
understand is
earlier.
nobody gave two. This is the last thing I'm saying on politics, but nobody gave two hoots when Obama did it and
Um,
Bush
well,
did it and Clinton
but
did it.
yeah, but there's a difference, Boomer.
You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
the
saying?
difference? They didn't tell you that they weren't going to do it and didn't run their whole election on telling you that they weren't going to do it and then turn around and do it. That they didn't do that.
I didn't hear them say that
It's
either.
the lying that
I didn't hear
bothers
them say
people. Like
anything of the sort.
lying bothers me.
I didn't
I
hear
don't
them
know
say
why. It
anything
just
of the
does.
sort. But well, all right. One more thing on this.
Yeah.
All right, bombing a nuclear site is a lot different than bombing a fucking school and a church.
Take care. I live in
Okay,
Indiana too.
now that's what they were doing back during the Obama and Bush administrations and all that. They were bombing cities, civilians, and they end up bombing some schools. But what they're doing, I mean, they're
He's on
bombing a nuclear
destination in
site.
30
Yeah,
minutes. We probably need to
what's
watch
the
out
big fucking deal? They're trying to get rid
because
of
he's
nukes.
bombing somebody. He's bombing. We went to war.
They won't. You got to
Uh,
take them out one way or another, right?
He's
yeah.
bombing
I mean,
somebody.
I don't believe in war in general. I definitely don't think that if they weren't going to use those on us,
Uh,
that
I'm
we,
just saying. No, I'm just saying. Everybody's up in
I
arms
know
about
supposedly
this,
he's addressing
but
the
when
nation in 30
Obama
minutes.
and George and all them were doing it, they were backing them up. When
oh yeah.
9/11 hit, they
Oh, when
were
9/11
backing
hit,
them
I was
up to go retaliate with that. Okay. So now
yeah.
we're trying to get rid of nukes, and the only way to do it is if they're not going to take them down and dismantle them, then bombing them to get rid of them is the next obvious choice.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not bombing schools, they're not bombing churches, they're not bombing neighborhoods.
Yeah.
When
Like I
Obama
said,
sent
I
those
think
fucking drone strikes, innocent women and children were dying in those. Now everybody's all pissed off because they're
yeah,
bombing
Katie,
fucking
that's
nuclear
Mary.
sites.
She lives 3 hours from you.
You know, I say fuck that shit.
Mhm.
Exactly, Ghost. Biden was doing it. Exactly, and everybody was like, all right. But no, you got somebody that you just don't like because
Yeah, Katie,
he's
I
of
live.
a different character. He's from a
I
I
yeah.
different
live
era. He's
three
from
to
a
four
different
hours,
neighborhood.
but I know
He's
where
doing
you're
the
at.
same fucking shit everybody else did. That's all I'm saying.
Not from
I
a
live at the
different
very bottom of
neighborhood.
the
He's
state.
from our neighborhood. the whole thing is
No,
that
he's from our neighborhood. These people that are bitching about him are from, he's not from where all the others were, California,
no, okay. He's
wherever.
from our
He's
neighborhood.
a city boy, okay?
But I never
He
liked
helped,
him. From the
he,
80s, I didn't like him. It
he
wasn't like
helped
all of a
several
sudden now.
neighborhoods back in the 80s.
Yeah.
He rebuilt neighborhoods out of his pocket. He put in fucking ice skating rinks for the neighborhood kids in New York out of his own pocket. He built neighborhoods for the unfortunate, the less fortunate. He took care of people. And that's the DJ T I remember. Growing up as a kid, seeing him on TV cutting a ribbon on a fucking huge ass skate park that he had built out of his own fucking pocket for the neighborhood kids to have something to do besides rob banks and fucking mug old ladies for the fucking welfare checks.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy I remember. And it pisses me off. Now everybody's all up in arms against him because, he went a different way than what they wanted. Fuck
Well,
that.
I don't think
And
it's
that's why I
that.
don't do politics, because I
I
get
think
heated.
right. But I don't think it's that. And I'm just gonna tell you my view and then so it's the good doesn't outweigh the bad, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
how I'm
Where's
gonna
the
say it.
bad?
The good
What bad
doesn't
has he done? He's done
outweigh
nothing
the
but try
bad.
to better our neighborhoods and better our states by getting rid of the fucking riffraff and the drug dealers and the illegals and all that. He's
If
trying to better us. And
if that was
people are
if
fucking
that
pissed
was
off
the
about it.
case, that would be lovely. Regular people are getting hurt in the process because he's not going about it the right way. Okay? He's not. Hi, Kevin.
How is
He's
he
not.
not going about it the right way? Tell
You
me.
can't just
He's
grab
going
right
along the guidelines of the law.
No.
Yes, he is.
If he
Everything
was,
he's done is along the guidelines of the law.
if he was, if he was with ICE doing the guidelines of the law, like not grabbing American citizens and not doing due process, which is part of our
All right. What I've
Constitution.
heard, he has been doing due process. They're sending them to the ISIS stations,
Yeah.
right, and putting them through the process.
Then how come they're grabbing all these American citizens off the street?
I don't see any American citizens getting nabbed up.
Yep. At least 3 already. But
Three
what I'm saying.
names got mixed
Bye,
up in it
Diane. Good
out
night.
of millions. Let
Hi,
me ask
Kevin.
you something. Do you know how many?
3 that we know
Let me
of,
ask you this.
definitely.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Guatemala, Mexico, and there was another country. How many people were deported to those through Obama? 3 times as many as Trump has done. Obama deported 3 times as many people
Well, I do.
than
I
any
do.
president that's ever served in
Anybody
office.
knows I do.
Did anybody complain then? Did anybody riot then?
I'm at the very bottom of the state, like the very bottom.
So give me a fucking break on this bullshit.
The river is 5 minutes from me, Katie.
Nobody cared when Obama did it. Nobody lifted an eyebrow when Obama did it. 3 times as much as Trump has done, deporting. But the bought news don't air that shit.
No. What?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying,
I know.
look,
I just think that you're not realizing the difference, and that's all I'm going to say.
I see it.
I don't want to fight with no one because I know that Obama had a big get the riffraff off the street.
Look, Obama did worse for this country than Donald ever will.
But Diane, much love to you.
Obamacare was a ripoff. A lot of people hate it with that Obamacare bullshit. Okay.
Like I said, that
they tried to make this place their own, and then his husband wife got involved with everything, and start getting
Come
involved
home
in
to
the
what?
educational districts,
As people are
telling
saying.
them what they can and
And
can't
she
serve their
shut that down and
students
said they're not.
for
So I don't
lunch
know.
and shit. Okay, trying to control
Not what?
the food that was
Uh,
given to people in schools. Like, give me a break. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Give me a fucking break.
Hey, now getting off
It's not
politics.
like he's going into people's homes and dragging them out of their homes and saying, "Hey, um, we don't like you. We're sending you
we got sidetracked, didn't we?
elsewhere."
Yes, we did. Um, but that's exactly what he's doing.
No, he's not. He's not taking.
Super Saiyan, like how you did that.
The only ones leaving the country. Okay, everybody that's collected up. Okay, they're still in the country in the deportation process. Okay. Now, during the deportation process is when they will discover a mistake that they made by collecting the wrong person or whatever. They're let go and released. The only ones that are being forced to get on that ship or boat or plane are the ones that have already been through the deportation process fully and declared
Super
undocumented.
Saiyan, he's not for that.
If you are undocumented, you're going wherever you came from. He's not taking
I mean, he's not against
documented
it. He's not,
individuals. He's
he's
not just
kind of
coming to my
neutral, I
house and
think.
say, "Hey, Boomer, um, we're yanking you out because somebody, say it was a case of mistaken identity because of the identity theft. Somebody's using somebody else's social security number. You know, like people don't think that deep into it. They're looking at what's on the surface. That's all they see is what's on the surface. They don't dig deeper to find out the real truth of what is going on, what it takes to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? They're just seeing what they want to see. They see the surface. They don't see the rest of the iceberg, and that's what sank the fucking Titanic.
Right.
I said my piece on this. I'm sorry if you went all off
We
track, but
went off
we can
the
go pull
we
down and
went
maybe
off
a
the
better time.
subject. But oh, we went off the subject. But here we go now. Mary, you're back. Mary's there. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, that's all right, Katie. Um, so um so we started a big thing that we weren't planning. I wasn't even we weren't doing politics
Hang
today. We
on.
were doing ghosties
Yeah,
today.
you done pissed him off. He done left the station.
He left. He's like,
I knew
all
you
right,
guys
now,
were gonna
baby.
do that. You also just stayed away from it.
I've been yanking people out their homes. Yes, that's I know. It is. I don't try to fight because I don't fight with people. Listen, I try to educate. That's why I've been doing the learning videos. I try not to spread hate. People have a right to believe what they want, guys. And you know, just like in um spirituality, you have the right to believe
I don't do politics very much.
in what you believe. Okay. Uh we can't change people's minds on what they believe in God or not. Like if you're an atheist or not, some people you're not going to change their mind about politics. So we just have to accept that some people we believe one thing and we believe another, and that's it. So I don't like any kind of hate things. I like, you know, I don't mind discussing politics, but I don't want to fight about it. Like my best friend and I are not talking right now because of politics. And we were friends for 46 years, but um, you know, sometimes it's a difference in morals, you know? But that's a but I'm just gonna say one more thing. It's a good thing with uh point guys, though all of you guys in chat, what Boomer brought up is Boomer saw all this when he was younger. He remembers all this stuff, right? About the good that this person did. Um, so maybe a lot of his supporters have that kind of same thing. Um, but we don't support hurting people because they believe in that. And Boomer doesn't. Boomer doesn't go around protesting and running people over. He's not a MAGA crazy lunatic. So, you know, either is my friend, but still, she has the mentality that he's a great businessman, so he'll be great for New York. Like, it's just people have different. Like Simon Cowell says, if we all listen to the same record, life would be boring. I guess that's, you know, kind of the same thing. If we all believe the same thing, I guess life would be boring. I don't know. But I try, like I said, we don't try not to be too rude to anybody. Now, back to what we were doing.
I yeah,
Oh,
let's avoid politics at all costs.
I didn't hear that super thing. Well, I do it, but like I said, I do it in my learning stuff.
I
And
know.
this wasn't the. I don't normally do it live, uh, unless I have guests on that are gonna talk about something. I do just the learning part of it. Um,
Anyway, I was
leave
gonna tell
that
you
to
about
the
the
other
story.
channel. You can't let it.
What?
Well, yes, you're right, Jen. Um, you can't let um we can't hate half the world, right? We gotta try to get along and be kind to each other, and that's what sets us apart from you know the people that we're yelling about, right? So we have to be set apart from them. We have to be caring. Jen, you're right. We can't hate people. So that's not what we're about. And so that much you're right about. So with that being said, Mary,
What?
um, the tell I want you to tell the chat about well, we did the Sinister Sunday story about your one um paranormal experience when you were young. Tell them another
About
really interesting do you have an actual cryptid story or an actual other paranormal experience?
well, I was gonna tell you one. We went to the cemetery over in Illinois. It was me and Frank and a couple of my friends. She said that she'd been there before, and she just wanted to take me there because she wanted to see what I could pick up, and if I was picking up what she had picked up. And so we went there. First off, as we're going to pull in it, this mind you, this cemetery is in the middle of nowhere, up on a hill, well, down a road, and then up on a hill.
Yeah.
Like, anyway, we had parked the car and we had to walk up in there. Well, at the road, there was a gatekeeper to the cemetery. And then I seen him, and then we went on in, and he let us pass because I guess he knew what we was doing.
Right.
The gatekeeper, he just kind of didn't, because they're prone to not let you. They figure out a way to keep you from going, scaring you or whatever they can to get you out if they don't feel like you need to be there.
Right.
Um, Anyway, we go up in this cemetery, and first thing I noticed, I'm always peaceful in cemeteries. Usually, just it's really quiet, And this is at nighttime. We went at night. Well, to my left, where'd you go? To
I
my
was just gonna
left,
make a cigarette, Mary.
oh, okay. To my left, there was a bunch of flat stones on this one side, and then there on the other side was some other stones that they were taller than the flat ones, the flatter ones. And right off the bat, I picked up all these children. There were several children there, and I'm like, and I told her, I said, "There's a lot of children here." And I said, "There's a woman who watches over the children here in the cemetery." I said, and "There's a gatekeeper that he watches over them too." I said, "They're running around playing, and right now they were playing Ring Around the Rosie and something else they were playing. Tag, I think it was, wasn't it, Frank? Something like that. Anyway, and once they could, you see me? I said, well, yeah, I feel you, but I see you too this time. And she said, you can hear us? I said, yeah. I said, you take, speak slowly and talk to me. I can hear you. So anyway, I don't have to talk to them like I'm talking to you guys where I got a voice. I can actually talk to them with my mind like they do us. Um, so, I don't always verbalize what I talk to them about, or I don't, like when Frank and him was there, he didn't hear me saying anything.
Hey,
Well, I wasn't saying it out loud.
I don't wanna step on Mary or anything, but I gotta straighten something out here with Saint because you got a whole opinion about me that is totally unwarranted because they don't know me like that. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I used that term. It wasn't out of hate. All right. I don't I don't hate any particular community or anything like that. I'm not a
He's not a prejudiced person.
I'm
He
not
doesn't
yeah,
take,
I'm not prejudiced or
he's
against
not like that.
any race, creed, sexual preference, sexual orientation. I don't care. No, I'm not out there waving a um whatever gay pride flag. Okay, I'm not out waving the flag, but I don't hate on these people. All right, get that one right straight because I don't want you going around and like just out of one slip of the tongue because that's how I refer to. Okay, it's been that way ever since. Ever since. Okay,
Oh no, Shire,
and
why?
no, sorry, you shouldn't be banned or blocked.
No, we see
But
you.
I'm
Why?
telling you, if you start smearing my character like you have been in the chat, um, I mean, you're calling me a hater, and I'm not a hater. Okay, all right, I'm not a hater. So let that be known. I don't hate on any kind of community. I don't not support or support. Like hey,
I'll
let
back you up
those
on
do
that,
what they
Boomer, because
do.
I know you're not.
Let live and let live. Okay, I've always gone by that. And
He's always
if you
said
know
that.
me for the last 10 years that I've been on social media with these people, okay, people I've known for the past 10 years, you would know I'm not like that.
No.
Okay,
Right. I know
I'm
you're
not.
not.
I'm not
I've known
hating
you for
on
at
Michelle
least 9
Obama.
years.
Okay, because of who she is or he is or whatever. I just don't know what to refer to her as because I don't know her pronouns. Okay, Number one. Number two, I hated on that whole Obama situation. Okay, I didn't think it was right. And I don't think it was right for everybody to support everything he did and not another person. Okay? Four presidents in a row did the same exact thing to a lot more people. Okay? That's all I was saying. But don't get it twisted. Okay? Don't call me a damn hater. I'm not a hater.
He doesn't
I
hate.
don't give
He
a
doesn't
hang
hate
what
any.
anybody. I don't give a hang what people choose to take off or put on between their legs. Okay, I don't give a shit. That's their personal business. I don't make them out to be fucking heroes. Okay, but that don't mean I hate on them. So get that straight right now. I don't care who you are. You don't cast character. Whatever the fuck that word is. Okay, don't do that to me. All right.
He's not.
Don't try
He's
to
not.
suggest
He's
I
he's
have
not a
a
prejudiced
particular
person. No
character that I
whatsoever.
don't because I slipped up and used a term that I've been using for 20 fucking years. All right? You don't want to get me heated, okay? Don't call me a fucking hater. I hate the people that call me shit that I'm not. You can call me an asshole. You can call me a loudmouth. You can call me anything, but I'm not a fucking hater. So get that straight. The haters are the ones out there destroying people's property, burning cars, and robbing people's businesses, all on a fucking belief.
Yeah.
All right, those are the haters. Go talk to them. Pick up your picket sign against those haters. All right, don't pick at me and accuse me of being something I'm not. Now I'm out.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Boomer was very passionate and used the wrong wording because Boomer does love everybody anyway. Um, the- you know, he doesn't hate people. Um, Mary, I'm sorry, you were in the middle of your story. So you're at the cemetery. You said there was a woman who was watching the babies. Go ahead.
Uh, anyway, these children are in the cemetery, and they were back from what is like the 1600s, wasn't it, Frank? 1800s. Um, huh? Yeah, yeah. They had yellow. That's what they died from. They died from yellow fever, and well, a couple of them died from uh, measles, and I believe they said measles. It's been a minute since I had went there,
Probably
so I've slept a million times
smallpox
since then.
too in that era.
Uh, I just thought it, and they had this whole section was nothing but kids, and I'm like, they were like stair stepped. It was sad, and but this woman that was buried there, not their mother or anything like that. She just looked after them. She treated them like they were her own kids, and she just watches over them like you know. Because she told them, she says, "Time to settle down now." And she said, told them they had to get some rest. And I don't know what that means, but I don't know why they need rest. But that's what she told them. Um, I just I just know when I go into a cemetery, it's so peaceful for me. I don't know if it's because I don't know if it's because we connect the spirits so well that it's not something that's scary to us or abnormal, or I don't know. What do you think that is? Why do you think we are so calm? Why it calms us so much?
In the cemetery. Well, I can only tell you because, like I said, I grew up with my mother taking us to the cemetery every weekend for a picnic. I mean, we were poor, so we couldn't go anywhere else. You know, we could have went to the park though. The park was free, but she would take us to the cemetery for a picnic. And she took us so much, and even my sister felt comfortable because we were so used to it that she used to tell people we were going to the fair. And they're like, "What fair are you taking the kids to?" And my mother's like, "We're not going to a fair. We're going to the cemetery." And why my sister would call it a fair, I don't know. Um, Something in her head. I mean, she was 6 years younger than I was. So she was about three, and three, yeah. I was probably like 8 or 9, whatever it was. I can't math right now, guys. But yeah, so we were so used to it that the cemeteries never bothered me. Now, there's a whole different thing. Um, mm, there's a whole different thing. Oh, wait. No one leave, please. Everybody's welcome here in the chat. So,
Yeah, and it's Boomer's not trying to. He's not trying to piss anybody off. He just wants people to understand. Yes, sometimes he says things he doesn't. He talks old school, and some people don't understand the old school, or they don't understand his way of thinking, or whatever. But that's where you have to sit back and watch Boomer and know that he's not out to hurt anybody. He's not trying to hurt anybody, and he's not trying to be nasty with anybody. He's not like that, and
yeah,
he sure is not prejudiced. He's not a prejudiced person at all. If he was, would none of us be around him?
right.
And the spirits wouldn't have nothing to do with him either, for that matter. But he's a very good-hearted person, and he's upset right now because if that was to get out that he was like that, he would get bombarded, and he doesn't need that. And we want to keep him around. He's our friend. He's our brother. We have abilities that are extremely a lot alike, and we get along very well. And
Hi, Sammy.
we just he's just trying to get y'all to he's just trying to get you super saints to understand that he did not mean that. He did not mean it the way you took it. And I understand you took it that way, but we kind of know him, so and by us knowing him so well, we know that he did not mean nothing negative or derogatory about it. And we don't want anybody to leave or be upset. We want to everybody stay. We'll quit talking about politics, quit talking about this, and
Is
let it
someone,
all die down, and it's all gonna be fine. And
yeah,
let's just go back to what we was talking about.
is someone talking in your room with you? Was somebody just talking?
Yes, my son was in front
Oh,
of
okay.
yes.
I was like, I heard a whisper and it sounded so close to me that I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like I literally
I
like, did
think
you hear
I
that?
think
This
he
somebody's
was.
voice or was
Didn't he say
somebody
something?
talking? Like I
No.
couldn't um
Get back.
I didn't I he scared
Oh
me.
wait a
Hello,
minute.
son.
They said neither. I thought they were talking, but he says they wasn't.
They weren't talking? No,
No.
and I thought it was a woman, but because your son would be so far away, I would say a woman whispered something. I'm more than sure that there
Huh.
was a woman who whispered something, and she sounded
She
close
probably
to me.
had
And
something
I
to
was
say
like,
about what I'm talking about.
"What the fuck is going on?" So yeah, so a woman wanted to talk to somebody. I don't know. Who did you want to talk? Maybe she'll talk to us again. Wait. We
Okay,
have a
Super Sweet.
maybe who wants to say something or somebody because they
It'll be all
whispered
right.
that whispered something in my ear. Let's see if we can. Mary, you didn't hear anything while Mary was talking, but it was literally like near my ear. Okay, you want to say something? It was a woman.
Stick
Maggie
around,
is
Super
she?
Saint. It's cool. We're all gonna get along.
Oh yeah. Does anybody know a Maggie?
Yeah,
That's
Frank's
deceased.
mother.
Who?
Frank's
Frank's
mother.
mother? Oh, a Maggie just whispered something in my ear because I said, "What's your name?" She's Maggie. Maggie, are you Frank's mom?
Margie, Maggie. That somebody called her Maggie, wasn't it? Huh? I didn't hear you. Yeah, she went by Maggie forever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And let's see if she'll talk to us. I'm pretty sure because she literally whispered something while you were talking, and I was like, "What's
She's
going
probably
on?"
here.
Maybe. Maggie, do you have a message for someone?
Hi, Sammy.
Hi. Eddie does a couple. Oh, he know a couple too? Let's see. Let me see. Give me 1 second to see if I can connect with Maggie. All right. Sorry, sweetheart. Go ahead. Let's see.
Is it Frank's mom?
I'm trying to figure that out. Give me 1 second.
Oh,
She goes,
okay. I didn't know if she told you or not. Sorry. Sorry.
I need 1 second. Her and I are kind of on the same frequency, but not, so it comes garbled, and probably why she whispered like that. Okay. So
Well,
um,
she's she didn't believe in all this at one point.
maybe, but she might have trouble speaking. But wait, let me
She
just.
may now.
Is it
She
Frank's
might
mom?
now.
Okay. Okay. So Frank's mom. Does she have something to tell him? All right. Can you help me understand what she wants to say?
Frank, it's your mother. You come in here. It's your mother.
Oh,
She's wanting to
yeah.
talk.
Yeah, she came. She has a message. She's trying to get your attention, I guess. And I guess you guys are not hearing her.
Okay,
Um,
she has a message for you.
yeah, go ahead, Maggie, sweetheart. Well, I don't want to curse. So can we say it nicer? Okay, okay. She says, Frank, can you please get your dumb ass to the doctor? Okay?
Take your dumb ass to the doctor, she said.
Get your dumb
Thank
ass to
you.
the doctor.
I've been telling him he needs to go to the doctor.
This is what she said. No, I want you to say dumb ass. Get your dumb ass to the doctor.
That sounds like her.
And I'm like, do we have to say it like that? She's like, yes. Okay, yeah, you have something else for him.
She keeps coming after you from the grave now. You better get on the ball, bud.
She was like, by the way, since I have your ear, let me just see what else.
Huh?
She's got anything else for me.
I can get you one. I've been telling you that. You just get. All right, Boomer.
Okay, and she said also, please know that you're not alone. You know, I'm always watching. She wants you to
She's
know
always
that
watching you, not alone.
you're not alone. Yeah. Yep. I didn't hear anything else. She wanted to make sure you knew that you weren't alone and she's always watching.
What is it? She's still there? I
Yeah.
gotta ask her something.
Okay,
What
ask
does she think? What does she think about the feud between him and his sister?
Okay, let's see. Oh, she started talking right away. Go ahead. You did you just tap me? That's okay. No, it's all right. You just startled me. I didn't expect you to tap me on the shoulder. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Um, Here's what she said after she tapped me on the shoulder, which scared me. Family is family. People are people. You're both effing wrong. Get over it.
You're both acting wrong. Get over it.
You're both effing, but I don't want to say the word.
I
You
I
know.
know. I know.
Yeah, yeah. You're both effing wrong. Get over it. That's what she said.
She didn't say the word. I can already hear her. You both are acting like asses. Get over it. Dumbasses. Get over it. That's what she said. Am I
Well,
right?
her exact words was family is family, people are people. You you both are effing wrong. Get over it. So whatever they're fighting
Him and his
about,
sister. Yeah. She don't mean
saying
me. She's talking about her sister.
she's saying they're both wrong.
Yeah,
And
they are. Well, he's in the right on some of it, but it's time to let that go. It's you're going to need family when I'm gone. You're going to need some family, so you need to.
Hey, Kevin, that sounds like a cool book. You got anything else, Miss Maggie May? Maggie May, we're gonna call you now because Kevin said it in the chat. Oh, she said Mary. She's not exactly family. So sometimes she's gonna come over there, she's gonna talk your ear off, and she wants you to listen to her. She goes, you might not be able to communicate with your mama, but you can communicate with me. Obviously, she's been trying to talk to you. And obviously there's some stuff she doesn't want to tell me, but she will be coming over to talk to you. Oh, so you know.
If I can hear her, I'm not. I am telling you, people who has always been close to me in life, I can't hear them. I try, but it's like I can't hear them.
Well, you might be able to because at first I had a little trouble with the vibration that she was on. And I asked Sarah
Now
to help.
I did hear whenever I heard somebody talking. I heard somebody talking too. I didn't hear what they were saying, but I thought it was them talking, and they said it wasn't them.
Right. So but what I was saying is I asked, welcome back, tired. Um, I came back to play with the spirits in the grove. There you go. Um, Ask Jacoby to translate because she just might be on it. She's just off on my frequency. You and I definitely don't have the same here on the same frequency. Um, so maybe just ask Jacoby to help bridge the gap so you can hear her. She obviously has more to say, but it's not going to be said over the internet, obviously. But yeah, um, that's why she said she's going to come see you. But maybe just ask Jacoby to help you with the or Nalisha because you can hear them to help you guys get on the same frequency.
Right.
Because if you were able to hear her, I mean, I heard her, like she whispered in my ear and like she whispered, but I knew I could hear it and I was like, somebody's talking. Who is the wolf with four eyes? No, it's not a wolf with four eyes. Unless you're seeing something here. I have two wolves. a husband and a wife. So
Who
together
is
they
the
have
wolf with four eyes?
eyes. But
That's probably Danny's.
Danny's wolf doesn't have four eyes. The white wolf, Alba, no.
My wolf only has two eyes.
Well, but what I was saying is, if there's two wolves close together, I have a husband and wife, right? Then it could look like they have four eyes. There,
And maybe double over each other.
yes, yes, yep. You'll see them. Um, Elizabeth and Martin. So Lisbeth is like a brownish white, and her husband's definitely a darker color. And then I have an elemental who likes to,
Nalisha she's gray, ain't she?
yeah,
Silver.
Nalisha's
She's
gray.
a silver.
But I also have an she's a an earth elemental in wolf form, and she's gray and white too. So you could be seeing. I have four here. So yeah, I have four wolves. So I'm surprised you're not seeing more eyes.
I have a tree spirit or tree god, whatever you want to call him. He's huge.
Yeah, a wood spirit. Yeah.
I have a wolf. All of
She
us in the wolf
what
pack have wolves.
she meant
Boomer's
what
got one. I got one.
he said.
Christina's
That's
got them,
right.
and they're all related. Um,
It's your little rock that it keeps. Oh, is he not adorable? Yeah, and he likes to play around. Who's got what?
if you're in Danny's wolf pack, Danny White Wolf, you know who I'm talking about, Sammy.
He's some kind of.
Um, we
Go ahead.
have wolves that is a guide for us.
He's some kind of being, Tamara. But Tamara.
Hi, Pammy.
Why did I call her Tamara?
It wasn't hot, Pammy. I don't know where you're at, but it wasn't hot where you're at.
Oh no, it was hot here in New York. It was so hot. I went out for a few minutes. It was like so humid. I was sweating. So Pammy is in Connecticut, so she's pretty close, so I could imagine. I don't
I
he's some
was
kind of being close to, before I forget, tired. He's some kind of being close to like what a fae some he's like in the nature fae kind of
the Rock.
realm, the rock. Yeah.
Well, I was sitting here yesterday when it was talking about you talking about that stuff, and I got to thinking about your rock, and I'm thinking, and it just come to me that it was some type of a bug, like um, that it's like in that field, like a I don't know.
Not the way they described it to me, because I kept asking, is he's a being um like a nature being that is close friends with fae folk, which is why he's here. I have the fairy garden. I have a little fae folk lily bin who hangs out here. So he came basically to play. He's like a kid, a kid, a little kid nature being. That's what he is. I don't know how else to describe it. It was Diane's birthday today. Oh, I'm gonna have to go give her an email. A, a big happy
You talking
email.
about our Diane or his wife Diane?
No, Diane, our friend from that I had on here the other week, tell her story, her
Yeah,
paranormal. Our friend Diane, yeah.
he keeps showing me centipedes. Centipede.
Oh, well, nature, fae folk can look like anything they want. So it is possible that that's how they look. I can imagine. Hey, Eddie. Yes, we're talking about our cute little being who came to visit us who looks like a rock. And I just can't, like, they explained it to me, but I can't explain, like, Oh, shower and go to bed. Good night,
Not
Pammy.
Pammy.
For dropping in and saying hello.
Okay, I remember seeing her in chat.
The rock head, but the body of a centipede. Oh, yes, he is adorable. What'd you say, Mary, honey?
Uh, oh, my eyes itching off. Uh, Kevin said Mary. Not Mary Russell. I don't know why I say Mary Russell for.
Diane Russell.
Diane Russell. I seen. I said, yeah, I remember seeing her name. Her name in chat. Her
Mm-hmm.
chat the other night.
He's a burrower, yeah. Oh, yeah, Pammy. 3 dogs. Mm. Now I have somebody else talking to me. What? Wow, what? Who's this? Wait a second. Maybe we have another message. Today is just day of messages.
Yeah, Jen, and Eddie just had an anniversary, y'all.
Happy anniversary! What's your name?
I picked that up too. That's what I was thinking too. That he burrows in the ground.
Oh, it could be nature spirits. I'm sure they do, right? Joe is your name? Are you here for someone in the chat, Joe? You came from someone in the chat. Okay. So you were at somebody's house
Eddie.
and then you came here? Okay. Are you here for crossover, Joe? Is that what it like today? What's today? Saturday? Today's my day off, but I do it tomorrow. But you're welcome to hang out. We'll have snacks and whatever. Okay, so you're here to crossover. Oh, whose house did you come from, Joe? Since pop, popped in from someone's house. Scratch behind the highest point of the peak on the rock of his head. Really? Oh, I will do that. Pammy? Oh, you came from
Well,
Pammy's house?
Pammy, they should sleep tonight. They should sleep all night, not be up wandering in the trash and whatever else they get into.
Yeah. Yep. Pammy spirit guide brought you. Okay. Yeah, Pammy doesn't like spirits, so you're better off you come over here. We'll cross you over. Mm-hmm. You see, you go in those fields and you're picking up all the spirits, girl. The dogs are taking the spirits home with them. Okay. They come here, they cross over. We got it. That is so cute. It was so funny. See, you guys can see spirits, but I don't know if anybody saw when I was writing that message from Maggie, if anybody saw that she tapped me on my shoulder. She tapped me right here like this, and I was like, oh.
Did you want me to tell? I mean, they can watch it on your channel. Did you want me to tell the story about that of that night that happened?
No, no, they could watch the story.
Oh yeah, okay. I
if
was
you
gonna
had
say,
any other ones,
but the cemetery.
I'm sure
I
you
can
have
get back to
tons.
the cemetery. I wasn't done with that.
Well,
Uh,
yeah, we're waiting
the
for you to get
kids.
back to the cemetery, but then, oh, well, Maggie interrupted us. Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
I was asked the woman that was taking care of the kids if any of them wanted, to cross over or did they want to stay there?
Yeah.
And all these kids, they were from, I think the orphanage or something there.
Oh,
Wasn't they from the orphanage, Frank? Am I remembering that right? The kids?
We're gonna
What?
eventually finish the story about the cemetery, guys.
I got a message about cemetery. What's it?
I said we're gonna finish this story about the cemetery if it kills
Oh,
us, guys.
okay. Anyway, I asked them if they wanted to, any of them wanted to do that, and there was three of them that did. They wanted to go and be with their family, and stuff
Yeah.
that had family. The others didn't know who would be there to greet them, and that was so sad. I was like,
Oh,
well, Jesus would be there, and I said, surely somebody will meet you at the gate. I said, I know they will, but I couldn't talk them into it. I said, well, I said, when you do, I said, you find somebody who will take you. I said, the gatekeeper will take you to who you need to go to,
yeah.
and but
Well,
it's just common, and they settled down. They were all sitting in a circle, and they were just sitting there, talking to each other and resting because she told them they had to rest. I wasn't going to sleep, but she told them they had to rest. They listened to her. She get in on your booty, and they listened. And
yeah.
just like any kids are normal, she was on it. But there was another couple there that my friend, she helped cross them over, and but she got the eeriest feeling there, and she said she couldn't figure out what the feeling was. And I told her, I said, well, part of it's the gatekeeper. I said, he's ominous. He's
Oh,
overpowering. And I said, he's huge anyway. You want to look at it, because she couldn't see him, and she can't see spirits. She just feels energy, and
feels
she can
energy.
feel people there, and stuff, and she can help cross the energy over and
Yeah.
stuff, and she can tell if they're a child or if they're she can't tell how old they are unless somebody tells her, but she knows if they're a child or grown up.
Right.
But anyway, I told her, I said, well, the ominous feeling you get in this gatekeeper. I said, she said, it's over there on that one side over there. I said, that's where he's standing at. And I said, he stands at the gate when there's nobody up in here. But when somebody's up in here, he comes and stands on that side over there, and he watches everything they do.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, he's the watcher. He watches everything.
He's the guardian. They call him the
He's the guardian of
cemetery
the
guardian. Yeah,
cemetery.
yeah. Like this over here, the guardian, right? Like it's so funny because I said to them, well, what's the guardian's name over there? They're like Michael, but he likes
I
Mike.
don't
I
remember
go.
this one's name.
I said, wait a minute. They put the guardian of the cemetery. eh, The guardian of the cemetery was a human. It's the gatekeepers of the cemeteries that are not like. But anyway, so I said, so wait, Saint Michael, that's the name of the cemetery, Saint Michael Cemetery, right? They put the guardian's name is Michael. We call him Mike, but still, I'm like,
No, I said
sometimes they say,
gatekeeper. Gatekeeper. Gate. Gate.
yo, you're the gatekeeper.
Let's don't start that. No, gotta listen. Open your ears. Yeah, Eddie. He's laughing. Turd.
um,
Anyway, but
yeah,
she felt more comfortable now after that. She could go up in there after that and didn't bother her.
yeah,
She realized that he was there, and I guess the feeling he gave her that feeling because he didn't know what she was doing and stuff when she was up in there before, and they were kind of spirit looking and taking flashing pictures and stuff.
yeah,
And so this time around, I explained it to him what was going on. I know you are, Eddie, and I know why you're doing it. It's okay. And but anyway, I explained it to him, what she was doing before, and I
Yeah,
said, "This is why."
I'll be here.
He
I
said,
just have
"People
some
really
time.
do that." I said, "Yeah." Apparently, there wasn't a lot that a lot there that do that, that go there to that cemetery. So she must have been a first for him. So he's like, "Do they really do that?" I said, "Yes, they really do." I said, "I do that," and he said, "Okay." And I said, "Well," I said, "She felt like she could feel your energy, that you wasn't overpowering energy," and I said she thought it was a bad energy, that she was getting a mixed feeling, and so she thought it was bad. And he said, "Well, I'm not bad." He said, "But I do watch over the cemetery." I said, "I know." I told her that. I said, "You watch over the cemetery, and that you was okay, and if she didn't have to worry about your energy, that you was fine." And he said, "Well, I'll kind of back off when she's here again, and where she won't feel that way." He, he said, "I'll hone it in." That's what he said. I'll hone it in some.
Eddie, you see my black
Like
spot?
excruciating, as, as, how you say, not excruciating, excreting, or however you want to say that. Am I saying that right?
Excruciating. Yeah.
His energy out, he's spreading love.
hmm Um.
Let me look, Eddie. I don't know. I don't think you are.
Yeah.
I see a black spot there, but that's it.
Because you were the big black dot on the screen when
I
I
know.
turned
I
off
know
my.
what he's. I'm teasing him back.
Do you know that this background moves a little, which I thought was cool. The only thing that they still give you for free is this little moving background on
I didn't really have anything. It wasn't really uh, anything a story. Like, I just want to tell you about the trip that we took there.
yeah.
Um,
No, it's nice.
as far as stories go, I mean, I can't think of anything I haven't told y'all.
Did you
Uh,
think you were going crazy, Jen? Like, are those spots really moving or my eyes fucked up?
are they
Because
moving? They
it's
are
so
moving, ain't
subtle.
they?
No, they do. They move.
I've been sitting here staring at it all this time, didn't notice it.
They move. It's so subtle, but they do move a little. So I was like,
I move a little too, just like the background. Y'all, I've been sitting here staring at that screen, and I didn't notice them moving until you guys said something about it.
yeah. I
I
mean,
guess
it's more
because they're moving so
noticeable
slow that
on YouTube than on StreamYards because it's so small here. We're so small. My screen is small anyway. So it's easier to see it there, but that's how slow I move. Yes, like a snail. Uh, yeah, but guys, um, I know you guys love the live stream. And Jen and Fancy and
slow. But
everybody who's been watching the videos, I really appreciate it, Eddie.
yes,
Um,
how slow I move.
I really appreciate you guys watching the videos because it takes me a long time to do some of them. So Saturdays, I'm just revamping some songs that I wrote and I tried to sing, but it was so bad that like a lot of times I wouldn't put them up, or I try really hard to do it really well, but the only dislikes I ever got on my channel was when I sang. Okay, now I found this program. Welcome back, Shelly, where the AI sings for you. So on Saturdays now I can take all the songs that I wrote and I type them into this program and I pick different like musics and sounds and whatever and the AI will sing it for me. So that's what I'll be putting out on Saturday. Friday, yesterday was such a good story. The week before that. The Friday night campfire stories, they come at 9 p.m. They're really good. So if you like just fun, spooky stories, um, if you have a story plot like like Kevin last no, not last week, the week before was like, okay, imagine this. Two guys at in the Elvis's mansion, and they get a phone call for Elvis, and yeah, and then when they go look at the costume, there's a cell phone in there. So that was the plot, and I had to make that a whole story. So if you guys have some kind of plot that you think, I would like to hear this one little tidbit. I would like to make it a story, but I don't know how. If you give me the plot, I will make it a story. So this Friday coming up, our member and our subscriber Fancy gave me a plot. He just she just wrote like 3 lines, and I said, I got it. As soon as she said the 3 lines, I was like, I got it. I know what it is. And then yeah, I just emailed her a card, Christina. Yes, that's a great idea. That's what I'm gonna do too. Um, so yeah, so if you have a little story plot, I will take that and run with it for Friday. On Sunday, um, a Brokeback Mountain moment. Um, on Sundays, I'm still doing real paranormal stories. So if anybody has a real paranormal story to tell me, please messenger it to me. Um, if I don't get any stories, because I'm at my last story this Sunday that people gave to me, so I will look around like some true vlog ones that people tell. If I don't find any, I'll go back to haunted history on Sundays. Um, but there's always something fun, urban legends, cryptids, something fun that goes on Sundays. Um, and then usually Tuesday I do cooking or crafting. So many to tell with pictures and videos. Yeah. Earlier tomorrow from a cemetery. Oh, okay, that sounds good. So make sure everybody is subscribed. Throw the channel link down there because some people are not blue. Can you do that for me, Eddie? Can you just put your channel link? If you don't have Eddie and Jen, then I have a lot of stories. Okay,
Night, everybody.
so
Um,
tired. Up in my up in my on my channel with the links like PayPal and stuff. There's my Facebook. Just send me a messenger and I'll tell one of your stories. If you want to see how I tell the story, you can
yeah, I just
go.
don't have a lot of stories because I talk to the spirits and stuff. I don't have, I mean, it's not a shock for me to go there and, find one.
Yeah.
It just, so it's not like it's a story like people would tell, you know.
Oh, is it in the stupid thing? I'm sorry. I added and we have a message out. Okay.
Need to
Yeah.
re-show your animated series, Christina.
Re-show. You know what I could do? I could do a premiere of the first. I have the whole first season done on one. Then I have the second season, and then I can do. I have to put the third season all together. I don't have the third season all in one. Yeah. Or you want me to start a new one? I don't know. I could. Well, I don't have any more. I mean, I can add a fake.
That's good to
Uh,
know, Eddie, so I can look for you ahead of.
a fake part 4 to that, fourth season, but it wouldn't be what they showed me because that was basic. I could make up shit as I go along, of course, but. I may need your assistance before I go live. Of course, just Facebook me. I mean, Messenger me. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jen and Eddie, where you guys are at, do you guys get humidity where you're at, or is it
Okay, so
dry
I
heat?
answered you, Tamara, right on the on. I just want to make sure we're really connected. If I answered you, then we're connected. Sorry, Mary. Go ahead.
What?
No, don't make any fake ones. Okay. Um, I said I'm sorry I interrupted you. I just wanted to make sure because Tamara says yeah we have a message out, but I'm like, did I answer it? I just want to make sure that we were connected on Facebook, on Messenger, whatever the hell it is. I'm gonna be going live using my cell phone. Oh, I'm all for that. And I keep
Um,
feeding Cassie ice cream.
Jen, I asked you, is it dry heat there, or do you have humidity?
Awesome. Okay, I sent you a heart, so then we are connected. Okay, so tell me all your stories there, sweetheart. And if they're tell me if they're true, and then tell me if it's a plot. Yes, and I did get it. I saw it pop up. Christina, it's my celebration tomorrow. Present. It's your birthday tomorrow, Kevin. That's true. It is. Everybody say happy birthday to
Happy
Kevin.
birthday, Kevin.
Kevin's birthday is tomorrow. You and Diana are really close. I was an April baby.
Oh wow, Sammy, I hate to hear that.
Fabulous. Yes, we can. Oh, I'm sorry, Sammy. Yeah.
Eddie, I swear I'd rather have that kind of heat than to have the heat we got.
Yeah,
We
no.
got the
That's what I
heat. We got the heat you wear,
yeah, yeah. I went
literally.
out today. That's right, Pammy, April 11th.
I
I
can't
went
see
out
that.
today. I literally walked around the
I can't see
corner
it.
and I was soaking wet. And I was saying how I looked so pretty. I had my hair all fixed. I came home, my hair went up. My makeup was running. I was like, oh God, I have to go live. I look like a mess. I was like, whatever. I had a pretty scarf. I had my bag. I was looking all cute, and I was like wet in like
It's
5 seconds.
so I can't see it. Here, hang on. Here, Patrick.
I was sticky and wet, and not the good kind, guys. Not the good kind. You know.
Well, I'd much rather have the dry heat any day. I know I was in California. I lived out there for a year. And the summer I had out there, I loved it. It was hot. Don't get me wrong. It was flat ass hot, but I mean, I could go swimming and swim all day and thinking I ain't getting nothing, ain't getting no tan. I come out there brown as brown can be.
Good night, honey. You're finally going to sleep. I'll see you in the
They
morning.
thought I was Mexican. That's how brown I got.
Well, it's hard to breathe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was perfect. Yeah. I'm 47 because of June 20th, but tomorrow I will make it
Well,
official.
the dry heat's easier to breathe in than it is the wet heat. Let me tell you.
Well, you know what it is? Yeah, it just depends what you're used to. Like recently, though, in New York, the humidity, like, I don't remember it being this bad. Like, I really don't. Good night, Pammy. Hug. And like all of a
Salt.
sudden I
I
feel
got
like
salt for me.
it's
Pepper.
getting worse and worse every year. Last year, no, well, last year was bad, but the year before, and we had Indian summer all the way up to the end of September. So we had an extra month of heat. And Danny was here visiting. I thought I was gonna die the week that Danny was here. It was so freaking hot and humid. I was like, why? I was figuring middle of September we'd be okay. No, it sucked. Anyway, but so sometimes, but recently it's the last 3 years I think it's gotten horrific. Like the humidity's gone up where it used to be like 60% humidity, now it's like 90. I don't know. I'm sure there's a way we could Google that. Will Google tell us? Let's see. Hey, has the humidity in New York gone up in the last past 3 years? Hey, like the stupid thing. While there's not exactly direct data on humidity changes specifically for the last 3 years, there are
Right, Cammy?
there are general warning trends. Oh, warming trends. Summer humidity reports for the last 10 years. Okay. Climate reclassification. So we had a climate reclassification because of we had subtropical climate in 2020. Anyway, in general, the trend is that the temperatures have been rising and increased precipitation strongly suggests that humidity levels are on the rise in New York. I could have told you that. I don't need the fucking weather, but I was just curious because I'm not a
Well,
weatherman.
we're getting a shift in areas.
Anyway,
Everything's shifting. So, I mean, like look at my winter. The winter we just had,
yeah.
it was mild,
Oh
and
yeah, it was
now
mine.
summer, it's been raining nonstop
Hmm.
here. I mean, off and on, it's been nothing but rain,
SFL,
and
right? Like, if
it's been doing
someone
the
would.
same way there, hasn't it? Because when it
Oh
leaves here, it
yeah.
goes there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it rained for a week here, but it was so good for the plants. Let me tell you, the plants are looking lovely. Ah, it's dark now. I wish I could show you the plants. You'll be amazed. I don't know
Is
if.
somebody whispering to me? Um,
Wait, let me get the other flashlight
are
now.
you, is this what you're talking about? Is that what you're talking about? The noise I just made?
My son's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, I want the flashlight so we could go outside.
Okay, wait a minute. Are you still hearing it, you guys?
Oh, remember, there's a delay, guys. Let's see if I could take you outside. I don't hear it now.
If I said this, listen, you guys. Tell me if this is what you're hearing. Okay, I stopped. Is that what you was hearing?
Okay. Sorry, it kicked me out of the live stream. I tried to turn the camera around and it kicked me out of the live stream. Okay.
Tyra's been here the entire, almost the entire spring.
Yeah. Look how much the plants. Oh, and they're looking dry. And meanwhile, we um. Oh, look at the spinach. I could have some
You
spinach
put you on a
tomorrow.
big screen if you want to.
Oh, I could put a. Wait. Ciao. I could put it just. Okay. I don't know. Layout.
There,
Let's see. Oh, I was gonna say I could just put the layout.
there.
Here's
They
the
know my
watermelon.
voice. I was sitting here with a
What?
spoon, stirring this in this bowl here, and I think it's
Yeah.
the but you're hearing the spoon going around the bowl. It would sound
Wow.
like low whisper, low frequency stuff.
Look at the pepper. And can you guys see the pepper? Wow, I got a pepper. There's some baby peppers there. I'm trying to see if you guys can see them. Anywho, we got some peppers going on. Here's the tomatoes. There's tomatoes down there. You see them? Let's see.
Then you got all that rain the other day, and now your
Oh,
stuff
for a
is
week it's been raining, but now
is
that it's
growing like
dry
crazy
again.
now.
Now these are the beans. So they do have little flowers on them, but I don't see any beans yet. But they'll be coming. So I wonder how the other tomatoes are doing. Let's see. But I'm gonna have to come out and water them when we get off. Oh, there's a big tomato there. Let's see. Um, see it? So there's tomatoes. How's that guy doing? Okay. I don't know
I'll
what my
take
sister
tomatoes.
planted here. I think this is cucumber my sister planted. This is, I don't know what the heck. My sister came and gave me cantaloupe. My sister came and gave me some stuff. I just had to write it down. I have no idea. Glacier? Okay. These are the wildflowers. Every year I plant the
My son come and
wildflowers.
told me they bombed 3 different spots, but they don't know. You know, the one is like underground, real far underground.
Hmm. Every year I plant the wildflowers, and every year they start growing. They look so pretty, and they never have flowers. I don't know. Dollar Tree shit. Anyway,
It's pretty.
but that's how the garden's looking. Here's all the fairy folk. Um, you think they got enough stuff? I love putting stuff out for the fae folk. They got oh, the bird feeders need to be cleaned out and water. Well, they're water ones. This one has no water left. I think this one ran out of water too. Today's I tell you the only day that it didn't rain. It was so freaking hot. Anywho, I think that's why the plant's now gonna need to
You
be
might hear
watered
my
again
fan running too, Eddie. But yeah, I do have a haunted house, Kevin.
tomorrow.
Every house I go to is haunted. What are you talking about?
I don't need to go to a haunted house
They
because I got
follow.
enough. Oh, look at the spinach in there is growing. I just put one little seed to see, extra because I didn't have more soil left, only a little bit, and it's growing. So yeah, that's my garden, guys. I'm sorry, I
I've
can't
been
even see
told
the.
they come to me because of my light. That's they see my light.
Every day she has to feed the bird. I used to put bird feed. I had one for bird feed, and they never ate it. I don't know if I got the wrong one. I put, give me the seeds for New York birds, and it gave me nothing. It gave me seeds. I bought them, and they didn't eat any of it. So they would just get wet, and I'd have to throw them out. So I'm like, screw that shit. So I just put water, and they come every day with the water, so that's all right. I have no plans. Oh no, save the rainwater. Well, you know what I do? Why are you blinking like that? I have these, and what happens is they fill up in the rain. But see how dry they are from today? So basically they're open. And what happens is when it rains, they fill up and it lets it out little by little as the plant needs it. But look, they're all empty, so they must need have the damn water. So that's how I do it with that. All right, so let's turn this around. Setting camera, turn me around, turn around.
I'll cut
Okay,
that just in time.
layout for both of us. Oh, you don't have the camera on, that's why. Back to the circles. Back to the circles. We'll go inside. Oh, it's nice outside though. I should sit outside. It got nicer outside than it is inside now. Ooh, let me try not to hit. Um. Oh yeah, it's nicer outside. We got
Ow,
some
ow, ow.
breeze going on.
What?
I said now it got nicer outside than it is inside. I got some breeze going on. Mary, call the Ghostbusters. Yeah. I feed the birds walnuts, for the squirrels apple slices, and for the rabbits, okay. Of walnuts for the birds and the squirrels, and apple slices for the rabbits. I got you. I don't want to feed the squirrels because they'll eat all my plants. Plus, I have those groundhogs that I'm always fighting with.
Kevin, I
Which
am the Ghostbuster.
yeah,
I
Mary's the
don't
ghost.
need to call him.
Technically, we don't bust them. We just cross them. Although, like you know, like sometimes people say to me, like, "Oh, when people come, so you just cross them." I go,
He's good
"No."
in the neighborhood. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I talk to them. Listen, if you're not ready to cross, I don't force you. That's not my job. Like if you go to one of those crossroad ones, another reason why maybe they don't want to go there. If you go to one of the crossroad spirits or the gatekeepers for the cemetery, or a reaper, they just cross you. They don't ask no questions. They don't care you want to go or you don't. They just cross you, right? Because it's dangerous. I don't do that. I feel that God gave us free will for a reason. So if they're not ready, I tell them, hey, if you're not ready, just tell the guide, you come back, okay, I do a crossover on Sunday, let's say Sunday. Okay, it's Sunday, I'm doing a crossover today, I do another one tomorrow, and then I do another one on Wednesday. Tuesdays are day off. So you need a few days, whatever, you want to say goodbye to someone, go see your wife go do it, then come back, and then we'll cross you. I don't force anybody. Um, where I am now. They don't have to worry. you know, I don't force anybody to cross over. So when people say, "Oh, you're kind of like a Ghostbuster," I go, "No, because I don't feel ghosts off the street and force them to go anywhere or keep them somewhere. I don't do none of that." Oh, there you go. I don't. You know what I got? This $8 fan. It's the best thing that anybody ever convinced me to buy. Like this is only on 20 and it's totally fine. It goes up to 100. It's
Oh,
like
that one
turbo.
you found. What was it on Amazon? It looked just like it.
Yeah, it looks just this one I got from this when I went to the protest, well, I shouldn't say protest. It was a march. When I went to the march for, you know,
Yeah.
then so I went for the march, No King's March last week, and I passed by this store and I was just looking around. I'm like, what a nice store you have, whatever. And she had like all different ones on the counter. And I saw this pretty purple one, but with a character on it. And I was like, oh, that's so cute. And it was like $5. And I'm like, I don't need a fan with a character. But I was like, I only have another little fan that I got last year, but it's not even as good as this. Um, so she goes, no, no, no. You want it because you're hot? I'm like, yes. Why else are you gonna get a fan, right? She's like, well, some people like for the looks. I'm like, no, I want it to work, you know. And she's like, get this one. And when she turned it on, I was like, oh yeah, I want that. I go, yeah, but how much is that one? She's like, $8. I said, okay, no, I take the $8. It was the best $8 I ever spent. I was gonna buy nothing, and then I bought this fan, and I'm so happy.
Well,
I'm so
it says
happy.
it's 84 out. It's still 84 degrees out here. 10 o'clock at
Oh,
night. It's 84 degrees, but it feels like 92
let's see.
because of the humidity.
Right, but yeah, let's see what it is over here. Over here, it is 80 degrees, and the humidity went down. I told you when I went outside, it was nicer. So it's stuffy in the house, but it's okay out there. It feels like 80. It's 80, and it feels like 80. It's 80 and it feels like 80. Oh, is it gonna rain at one? Wait, where's the precipitation?
It's
Show
going to
me
get rain
more.
again.
I don't know. That's what I'm looking for because it has a picture of a little rain thing. But sometimes I don't want to get TikTok. Leave me the fuck alone. Damn TikTok. Oh, it just shows you the little rain thing and it says 0. So no, it's not gonna rain. So I am gonna have to go out and water the garden. I'ma have to water the garden, guys. Because it's not gonna rain. When's the next time? No, it's not gonna rain now. It rained for a whole week straight. I was pissed off. Every time I went to walk out of the house, it was gonna rain. And now it's not gonna rain for one, two,
Wow,
three,
Fancy.
four,
That's
five.
cool.
At least the next 8 days, it's not gonna rain. So
She's in Los Angeles. It's only 65 degrees there.
yeah,
Crazy.
65 degrees. Yeah, well, that's in Los Angeles. That's nice.
Huh?
But see, now you're in the city. Like when you get to like
Oh yeah.
where Benny is over in the other part, right? She's in
Yeah.
California, but on the other side of Fancy, and I'm not in the big city, right? And like the other day, she showed me the barometer. She was in the car and it was like 104 degrees. I go, oh fuck no, 104 degrees. I'll be sticking to the damn sidewalk. Oh yeah, I don't know why people like fireworks.
Well, already.
Well, is what's today's date? Oh, next week. Next week I'll go to and I'll film it for you guys. I'll go
Actually, I'm surprised they're not here already.
next week the 26th is we were talking about fireworks and I left my head. The over here Astoria Park is gonna have the fireworks. So I'll go over there and I'll film them for you. It's pretty. Fireworks.
Wow.
Mhm. Yeah, that would be nice. It's a town celebration. Yeah, so yours is really early though. See, ours is
Kelly,
gonna be
where
the
you at?
20 town celebration. Ours does it beforehand too, and I thought too. I go, wow, the 26th is so early to do it, but it makes sense.
What are they doing? Doing it early? The fireworks?
The 26th, they're doing it over here
Oh,
instead of
well,
July 4th, the 26th. And she's there over there in Nebraska.
because New York does the big one.
Well, they do the Macy's Day, but that's why, like, the Macy's happens on July 4th. And to break up all these people going to the Macy's
Right.
Day Parade and making a big damn mess, each borough has their own little thing go on. So in Astoria, they have the Astoria Park fireworks, and you could see them from other boroughs too, depending on where you are, right? But so those Astoria Park fireworks are the 26th. So then people go there, and then they don't go out all over on the 4th of July. That's why they do those things.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh my God. I lost the chat on the other one.
now,
It's
will
so
they do
tiny.
them again, Shelly, on the 4th too? Or is that going to be for the 4th too?
Oh, the town will do fireworks tomorrow night. Wow, they do a lot of
Well,
fireworks over there.
they have what they call, they had a celebration this weekend for the oat farmers, oat something, oat days, something.
That's a lot of fireworks, but I have to say New York does it too. But I think they do it because, well, here in New York, I don't know. In Nebraska, let me know, guys. Is it illegal fireworks? In New York, you're not allowed to do fireworks. You're not allowed to sell them. You're not allowed to buy them. It's like drugs. You go to jail if you sell or buy them. You only can have those little sparklers, right? Oh my God, Mom, it's 11 p.m. Do you ever sleep? No, no, I don't. Yeah. Um,
I don't let her sleep.
I'm off to get some sleep. Okay, talking about sleep. Fancy, have a good night.
Night fancy.
Have a good one. Yeah, so over here they have a lot too, but I think it's because fireworks here are illegal. So they have all these fireworks shows like at the ballpark, like Shea Stadium, whatever it is now, City Field. They have all these different firework things right around, July 4th and stuff, so that the citizens, the residents, don't get any ideas to go buy and start shooting them off and setting things on fire. They just do a lot, so you can go watch them, and that's it. Oh yeah, so you're allowed in Nebraska? Okay, gotcha. It's Saturday. It's Saturday, Miss Katie. What you doing up? Same here with the fireworks. Oh, Kim, it's illegal there. Yeah, and I think that's why most towns try to put on a lot so that gives the people something to watch and they don't go try to do them themselves. Yeah, but we can have sparklers. These are all private use. What we hear, oh, private use. Yeah. Mm-mm.
The noisy one's back.
We have them everywhere here. Just can't set them off in the city. Oh, you can't set them off in the city. It's illegal here to sell donut holes. Wait, you're talking about little round donut holes, or are you talking about that's some kind of firework? What are we saying here? You can't have donut holes? What the fuck kind of shit is that, Nebraska? It's 105. I'm dying of the heat. I have every AC on. I'm hoping it will cool down. We have a heat advisory all weekend. I'm surprised Mary's not complaining. I was just saying how I got this great turbo fan for $8. Katie. It's perfect. I could put a little string on it and then it hangs off your neck and it just sits there. Or, you could spin it around and make it stand up. It's very cool. Best $8 I ever spent. This is only on 30%.
He got the 104 today.
Hear it when it goes loud. It's turbo. It's better than the AC.
Felt like 104 anyway. It was in the 90s.
Really? Oh, so that's not
Katie,
so
she's
bad.
up here in Indiana. She says 105 there.
Yeah, she's over yeah, but you're in the city
Oh, I
part. You're
got
probably
105 here too. Mm.
Mhm. The maddest thing I've ever seen is Mexico Exploding Hammer Festival. Oh, I've never seen that, Shire. They do fireworks at the minor league baseball field, and then they do it out on the lake. Nice. It's actually a law, crazy. You can blow the hell out of your money with fireworks, but
That's
it's
crazy.
illegal to have donut holes. I never heard of such a thing. Why would you make it illegal to have donut holes? Like,
Why can't you
so
buy them?
what about Zeppelins? Like the Greeks would make those little dough balls and they have honey on them and sprinkles. Can you eat that or is that illegal too? I'm not moving to Nebraska now because no. You can't sleep with that thing. Sounds loud than Derek's sleeping machine. I can't do both. Well, it's a turbo fan.
Is
Um,
it good on batteries?
it's no, you charge it. It has USB.
Oh, okay.
It's just like whatever you charge
Oh,
your
okay.
phone. Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you can sit outside with it.
Mhm. I can sit outside with it. I can hang it from my neck and walk around.
It's
It
probably
should have brought
cooler
it.
outside in
You
the
know what?
summer when it's hot out. It's probably cooler outside than it is sitting in the house for you.
Well, at night it is. During the day, I wouldn't. I went outside today. I told you it was crazy. I came home. I was like, I know I just bought this little tiny fan from that lady who sold it to me, who said it was some turbo great thing. As soon as I turned it on, I was so happy. I was like, the best $8 I ever spent in my life. They have that
At least
same
you don't
one.
have to keep it in batteries.
No, you don't have to keep putting batteries. So, um, and it's better. The one that I had last year from Timu that was like $4, $5, I don't know, and it had the water one. It died so fast, so I hope this one doesn't die. It was USB too, but I don't know. I don't know if the water
Yeah.
leaked into it or what. So I wouldn't get another one that blows water because I don't trust it, I guess. Well, I'm gonna watch some TikTok till I pass out. I'll
The
call
water howlers.
you tomorrow. Yes. So why are you gonna watch TikTok? I put a great Friday night story out. Why don't you check out the Friday night story? It's
Has
about your
anybody
brother.
seen the short? I don't know if it's on. I don't remember what it's off of. I think it was on Newsbreak or something. I
It was
seen it
on
on there.
news.
Anyway,
Sent it to me.
it's has anybody seen the dog that's missing his owner? The owner died, and
Oh,
this woman she still has the dog. And she her and her husband have the dog. and it was a 1 year anniversary, and the dog is sitting there, and she wakes up to the dog sitting in the living room, howling and crying at the pictures on the wall of him and his owner. He knew it was his 1 year anniversary death, and he was grieving for his owner, and he was it was so sad. He didn't even know she was there. She was peeping around the corner at him, and he was just he was just howling and carrying on and crying. I mean, it was just the sound he was making was sad. Oh my God.
Oh
I
my
almost
God.
cried with him.
That sounds horrible.
Well, so you seen it, Shelly? It was bad. Hey, Mary,
Um, eh,
Kevin, you always do.
um, Shire, they won't let you join? Oh, that's a shame. That sounds crazy. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near there. That sounds super dangerous. I remember one time, my mother took us, she had one of those cars with a sunroof,
Don't let
right?
me join in though. Sorry.
My mother took us to see well, we were poor, you know. I've been poor my whole life, guys. So anyway, so we couldn't afford to go in and watch the fireworks at Shea Stadium. So my mother goes, no, we'll just park right next to Shea Stadium at the time, whatever it is, City Field. Right across from there is like the junkyard. Someone was like, "We'll just park over there and we'll watch the fireworks." I go, "Oh, okay." So my sister and I are hanging out the sunroof, looking at we're standing up on the seats, looking out. And as they're shooting the things up, the debris is falling, right? And it's falling on
Right.
top of the car. And all of a sudden, like something hit
Night,
me, and I'm
Jen.
screaming, "Good
Night,
night,
Eddie.
Jen. Good night, Eddie." And so my mother goes, get in the car. She's closing the sunroof. The things are going in the car, setting they made holes in her upholstery. She was so mad. Anyway, so I'm like, no, we parked too close, obviously. She's like, obviously, we never parked that close again. We had to go more down on the
We
other
love you
side.
guys too.
We love you. Um, so you're working on a new song? I did a song today too. Well, the AI sang it. It was a remix. Um, but yeah, so now, now when I get off of here, obviously I'm gonna watch the news because I have to see what the hell is going on now. So that's gonna be a whole to do. I hate it because I don't normally watch the news because I don't believe the news usually, but um I guess we'll have to see what's going on.
He's trying to sever butts, I think, from nuclear war
Mm,
that was coming.
well, and I tell you that a lot of people have been having like second awakenings with weird things that are going to happen.
Right.
Um, but I hadn't heard anything about that, one. Um, and
I
the
heard
spirits,
something about not. It wasn't nuclear per se, but it was something to do with
well,
war.
I was last year, um, the spirits had told me that there was going to be a war because I was like, why is there so many spirits coming to us in droves all of a sudden? It was like all the spirits got scared and decided they wanted to cross over. I mean, some of them have been here 50 years. Why are they all lining up? I mean, I had a line. I'm like, why are they all rushing all of a sudden?
So,
And the spirits had told me that, oh, there's going to be some kind of war and there's going to be a lot of spirits that are going to need crossing. So
no,
a
but
lot of
nobody's
them
allowed
are
to have it
coming
anymore.
now to avoid being in the crowd. Like they were afraid they weren't going to get to cross over because I'd have so many I wouldn't be able to. So they like were coming in droves at one point, and I was like, "Look, we gotta taper this. It's 500 at a time. I can't be." I do it 4 days a week, 500. That's 2,000 spirits a week at crossover.
I
Give
believe
or
it,
take
Penny.
a little more, you know. We are the target for being bombed by nukes now. Yeah, make no mistake. Yep. Well, I know. Anyway, um, yeah, you know. So so that was last year where we had that big influx, and they said a war was coming, and and I
Right.
kind of thought maybe we avoided it because then it slowed down, it got normal. I have the normal
Well, I
amount.
think they were giving us a year to get ready for it.
Yeah, maybe, because if there is going to be a big thing, like a lot of people will die, and if they're so confused that they don't cross, um next month or the month after, there's going to be tons looking to cross because they missed their time. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't cross. Plus, I have to tell you, and I'm going to tell you guys this because I got some spirit hanging around here. I've tried to send them to you, Christina, but still here. So I think it must be a friend or family, or it's a new spirit
Spirit guide.
guide who might, or sometimes they're not a forever spirit guide. Sometimes they're just there to teach you something or to help with a certain situation,
I
and then they
had
go on their way.
I had an ex
So,
boyfriend that hangs around me all the time.
yeah. So it could be one of those two. But yeah. So now I read
I'm
her
picking
thing,
up
and that
spirit guide.
I
She's
got
got a
off
new spirit guide.
probably, or it could even be Cassie's new spirit guide for Cassie,
Yeah, it could
because
be
they
Cassie or
put
hers
you
one, but
there,
I just the word spirit guide come to me before you ever said it. So I don't know who said it to me, but somebody did.
Yeah. So, but within the next 2 to 3 months, there might be an influx of spirits that have to be crossed, you know? Yeah. That's why they don't come to me if they're not looking to cross. But I'll be starting again, Christina, to help out. Well, thanks, Kim, because we could use it. What was I saying, Mary, before I got off track now? I was saying
I don't
something.
know.
I said, I have to tell you. And then totally, what was I talking about?
Huh?
I know I was talking about crossovers, but I don't know what I was going to say. It will come to me. The only response I had on the spirit box to the question, will war come for all of Europe, was truly dire. That's okay. It's all right. That's what you
Well,
guys are here for, to distract me. Um,
yeah, they can't out and out tell you not really. They
well,
can tell you
I
it's
mean,
coming,
they told
but
me there's going to be a war. I think they even told me that it was going to be between China and Iran. So I don't know if China's going to get involved in all this. I forgot, but I know I know Iran was involved, but I thought they said it was with China, but I don't know. They told me that's why I was going to have such an influx of spirits. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys.
I'm
So
gonna.
basically, so at some points, I was crossing over 20,000 spirits at a time because I was doing it once a week, sometimes twice a week. And instead of doing a little, I would just do a lot, right? Upstairs, I heard this. them say to me, it's too many. When you're opening a gate to the other side. 20,000 people have to step in this gate, right? And um, it would take so long. The gate has to be open long, right? And they were just saying it's just too many out. It's like you can't. It's too many. So we had to taper it down because I was like, look, they can't even handle what we're sending up there, and their time's different. So imagine, like, sometimes I would do it 3 days in a row, 20,000 spirits. They were like pissed at me. Okay, the gatekeeper on the other side was like, "This bitch got better just stop this crap now, okay?" Um,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of processing and handling, right, at one time. So they can't even handle that much. So sometimes people say to me, "Yeah, I don't understand why they just don't go, the light, why the reapers or somebody doesn't come to them." When you have a especially like in a war situation or like a volcano or a tsunami or what those kind of things where it's a whole bunch of people at one time, how many spirits do you think they got for this shit? How many reapers do you think they got that they're all gonna cut? Like, okay, you know, it it's like standing online at the DMV. You need to wait your turn. There's not so many clerks to help you, right? Like, so you know, that's why you got to be patient. If you don't follow your light right away, it's like you have to wait. And so that's where people like me and other people that do this come into play. I'm like, okay, you know, we have to we have to help them because they got lost their way. Just like when you were showing me, right? We did right. So Kim and like I was teaching Kim how to do it, right? Instead of her sending the spirits over to me, that Kim could learn how to cross them over. So I said, we'll do it on a crossover day that I have. So there's some people because I don't know how many you have there. We ended up doing. I had 12,000. She had like 12,500 there in PA. We ended up doing something crazy like 20,000 that one time, and I was yeah, it's just too much. So yeah, now I do it. I added a day, so I do it 4 days a week, 500 at a time. I mean, sometimes there'll be 502, 536, but uh, we, we won't do over too far over the 500 at a time. Yep, it was crazy.
I can't eat no more. Cool.
Anyway, guys, it is late. We should let them go, Mary. We've been here almost 4 hours.
That's fun. Ready when you are. Night, everybody.
Yeah. I think
See you
we're gonna
next
take.
time.
Yeah.
Next
So
time around.
the next live. So tomorrow. Look for Eddie and Jen if you don't have them notifications. They'll be walking through a cemetery. That'd be nice. So that's Sunday. We'll look to see if Diane and Tony go live on the 21st Century Suffragettes because I don't know with all the stuff going on if they'll go live tomorrow. And then Tuesday, maybe if Mary's feeling better, she'll go live on her channel. Tuesday, right? And then Wednesday, I have card readings. Thursday, we'll go over elementals. And yeah, and then that's what we got going on for next week, right? So I love you guys. Thank you so much, all of you, for hanging out. We had like
Night,
15
sir. Or good morning.
all
I
the way
should
up
say to you.
to just a little bit ago when everybody started, okay, it's time to go to sleep. So
Not to mention Danny yelled because you was doing too many.
yeah, well,
Because it's
that's
wearing you down. It's taking your energy.
It was, yeah. What happened was I was so frazzled, and my spirit guides were so
Yeah,
frazzled. I called him, and he was like, "The freak, my energy." He's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I'm tired." They're tired because we did like, uh, I think
yeah.
we just did like something
I
like,
think I even said something to you about you being off.
I
That
think
you
I
need to
did like
slow
a
down.
150,000 spirits in 1 week one time, and I was just like. So I'm like, what is the norm? He's like, normal people do 2 or 3. You're just unnormal. But he goes, he goes, but that's what he said, unnormal. He goes, but okay. So he goes,
Right,
so then
Kim?
he actually asked the spirit guide, like his spirit guides too, like what it really is should should you not go over? And they were like, you shouldn't go over 500 at a time. So I go, okay, no, that's okay. That's still 2,000 a week. We went from 105,000 1 week to like, no, okay, we'll do 2,000 a week. It sounds okay, and we're gonna split it up. And so yeah, now I'm back to normal. Back to normal. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nina and Kim and SFL and Shelly and Shire and Benny and well, Eddie and Jim went to sleep. And Kevin, happy birthday again. I don't know who else is here. Fancy went to sleep, but anybody else is who's still here, thank you so much. I'm gonna put the outro and we're leaving. Mary, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right, and we'll see you somewhere on the tubes
Hey,
tomorrow.
everybody.
Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. We are so glad you came. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Is everyone gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I'm exhausted. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.